Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
Never fall back. We will stay right where we at. We ain't never fall back. Yeah. We ain't never fall back. And you can find me where I'm at. We ain't never fall back. We ain't never fall back.
Welcome to the One Ass Cheek and Three Toes. I am your host, Nate the Great, and I have my two co-hosts, Mr. B. Strilla and Jay. How y'all doing, guys?
Good, man.
Good.
I'm good as can be right now. Cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, we got a special show tonight. The schedule came out last night. I'm sure all of y'all have dissected it, looked at it, probably looked at it again like Santa, checked the list twice. I know I did about maybe 4 or 5 times already. And I've come to consensus, and I'm going to stick with it. So whatever we have here, this is what we're going to go for the season. All right? There's no changes. No change backs. You stay what you say. All right?
Yeah, you mean to tell me that, things can happen throughout the season? Like
No,
injuries
that's life,
or
man.
possible trades?
Bro, I
You
had
know what I
15-2. I had 15-2 last year, and we lost half our defense.
Yeah?
Trust me, I thought about that same thing. I was like, man, I should really change my prediction. But you know what? I stood on my business and I said, you know what? This team's good enough to get those wins.
Mm-hmm.
And sure as hell they did.
We did.
Yeah. B, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Just good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How's the weather over there for y'all, man? It's 101 right now.
It's
Well,
good here.
101 here, but it's nice here.
It's about right now. It's about maybe 75.
Yeah, it's I
Supposed to
envy
have-
you right now.
Supposed to have storms later on tonight.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Maybe I'll sleep
Yeah.
good then.
Shoot, I've been sweating all day. I even went to go take a shower and then went to go get food, and I was still sweating outside. So welcome to Texas.
That's that 101 degree weather right there. That's
yeah.
Texas, man.
That's a cool 101.
That's Texas right there for you, man.
Just heads up on that. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with this beautiful schedule that we have here. So we're just going to dive into it. Game 1 of the 2025 season. We are going to Wackerland. Sounds like a fantasy horror show.
Wackerland.
All right, well, let's start there. B, what do you got? How are we going to fare in Wackerland for game 1?
We're gonna lose that game.
Yeah, I agree. Why do you think we're going to lose that game?
Because the offense and the defense have to start clicking immediately, and that's where the missing the offensive and defensive coaches from last year is going to hurt because it's not already in there. People are going to not have all their assignments together. I'm not saying Green Bay is going to beat the crap out of us. No, they're probably going to win by a field goal. But the point of the matter is, I think it's still a win. I think we're a little bit underprepared. Green Bay really hasn't changed anything on their side of the ball as far as offense and defense. So I think they'll be more prepared. It's at their place. They're probably pissed that we keep beating their ass there. So I would say I think Green Bay gets one of it.
Yeah. And I'll go real quick and then I'll let you go, Jay. I agree with you, B. I think we're going to lose this game, and I'll tell you for 2 reasons. A, we've already won there twice. They're going to get one at some point. They're a good really. 3 times. Okay, thanks, y'all. 3 times. So they're going to get one at some point. They're a talented team. As much as we hate them, they're a talented team. Second of all, early in the season, the defense is always behind the offense. And so you've got a new defensive coordinator. You've got new corner starting number 1 cornerback. You've got another 2-year rookie or second-year guy. You've got questions on the D-line. You don't know where Aiden's going to be. You don't know who the other guy's going to be. No Mac. There's a lot of questions early on. I think that Love is going to have a good game. I do, because I think this is his year. He has to pop this year. If he doesn't pop this year, you're going to hear Wacker fans crying for okay, who's the next quarterback we need to draft? Right. This guy's a bum. He's $55 million bum. Now if the Lions can go out and make him look like a bum first game, hey, I'm all for that too. Jay, what do you think? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm kind of 50-50, but I'm
Okay.
kind of leaning
Where
more
are you
toward
leaning
the
more
Packers, and reason being is because like B said, it's a lot of changes, and I feel like when you face divisional opponents, it's always harder, and your whole coaching staff and team have to know the opposite team in order for you to go out there and just beat them the way that you want to beat them. The Packers really didn't lose much; they actually gotten better. I think with the addition of Golden, which is a true number one receiver, that's all I feel like Jordan Love was missing last year. I think that it can the momentum will swing the Green Bay Packers way, and I don't think that this is going to be some high scoring game where Jordan Love has 3 touchdowns and 400 yards. I think that really what it's going to be is just a more well balanced
What up,
offensive
Robbie?
game. What's up, Robbie? I think that it'll be like more of a balanced team that you'll be able to see them run the ball. You will see them being able to pass because we're going to be missing Lee McNeil more than likely. You're going to have a rookie there, not Broderick Martin. I'm sorry, but the other guy is going to have to like step up.
Tyrell.
Yeah,
Or
going to have to
Williams.
step up.
Yep.
So is the
T-Will.
other guy. So I'm leaning on the Packers. I think the Packers going to win, but hey, that's how it goes, man.
Another thing too is Josh Jacobs tore us apart that first half.
He
last time
did.
we played in Green Bay,
He did.
and we had Mac at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now we don't have Mac. Now we're gonna have a rookie guy in Tyleek Williams and DJ Reader. So yeah, I mean, Josh Jacobs played really well last year, and you brought up a quick. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I don't want to sound like I'm giving excuses because I'm not, but remember Jordan Love, he messed his knee up first game of the season last year, and he was really playing on one leg, and I mean it kind of showed at times last year, and with Jordan Love being able to get healthy, starting to develop chemistry with younger players and develop more chemistry that he has with the team, I think that really it plays into Green Bay's favor. So I think the Packers probably take game one.
Yeah, I think we all agree. Like, if Ben Johnson and AG were still calling the calls for the offense and defense, this would be a win, right?
Mm.
Yeah, that's the difference that coordinators make, especially early on.
I mean, out of all the losses that I have, this is probably the one that I would say could go either way.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. But we're using it as a stepping stone. But they could win. They could win there. I just don't think Green Bay is as good as they are. I just think that they're going to catch the Lions at the right time, and that's what's going to happen with them. And they're at home, so.
Yeah, and Vegas, and believe it or not, Vegas has us saying we're all wrong because Vegas has them as a 1.5 favorite going into that game. So
I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe they know something we don't know. But another thing too, and we'll wrap this up on this matchup, is that with Green Bay getting that game out of the way and not having to play that when it gets colder and the wind is a factor, I'd rather play early in the year in Green Bay when it's hot and it's not cold, because that benefits a guy like Jared Goff, who we don't want to see play in the elements unless he has to. So.
Well, that's just part of football, man. You got to play out there. And Goff didn't do a bad job last year. He played in Chicago and whooped down ass.
Yeah,
all that stuff is relative. All that stuff got smashed last year about the weather stuff.
Right,
so
right. But I'm just saying,
I don't want to hear that.
You
no
take
more
any
of those superlatives.
You can take any advantage you can.
I don't want to hear that no more.
See, that's why he's J-Mo. See, that's exactly why he's J-Mo. Because J-Mo's going to be that same way. He's going to be that same way, I'm telling you. Like, it's just the basics, facts. Like, hey, let's just play the game. Good job. All right, week 2. Benedict Johnson comes to Detroit. B, what are we feeling?
Loss. They're going to lose. I mean, they're going to lose.
Oh, I want to know why you say that.
Because Ben Johnson is going to get booed out of the stadium. You think them fans are going to sit there?
You said we're going to win.
No, yeah, we're going to win.
Okay, you said loss. I'm sorry, you said loss.
No, I mean, they were going to lose. That's what I meant.
Okay, so we're going to win. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, dang. 0-2? Wow.
Vegas can put the fix in, Robbie.
No, we're winning that game. Ain't no way Chicago's winning that game. First of all that's going to be, the Lions are going to be like making sure they are extra special against the Chicago Bears in that game, and they're going to make Ben Johnson's debut in Detroit as hard as it possibly can be.
You thought Matthew Stafford's return was going to be hard? Just wait till Ben Johnson come here. This is going to be much crazier.
I hope
with a lot on the line.
I hope we hit Caleb so hard his fingernail polish has come off. Like straight up. I want to hit him that hard. Like, I agree. You talk about a game that they're going to be amped and ready to go and take it personal. And don't kid yourself. You know that even though Johnson hasn't said a lot of bad things about some of the Lions players, the Lions organization, he said some stuff. Guarantee you that Dan's going to use that as motivation. I guarantee you.
Well, especially at Goff. Talk about you can't. The only one that can throw on that team is Penei Sewell.
Penei Sewell's just as good a thrower. Come on.
Right. And then on top of that, you got to look at it like this. And people will say, oh, well, Chicago Bear fans will say, oh, well, Ben Johnson knows the Lions. I said, no, he does not know the Lions because we have a different offense in place. And that'd be the base offense. But John Morton's going to add some other things to it. He already said that. And the defense won't be the same because it's run by Shepard. It ain't run by AG. So kiss my ass. It ain't. He don't know nothing about the Lions, but the players. You
think that it's going to be a run trick play? No, they're going to run down your throat, and they're going to actually utilize.
We don't need no run trick play. We just run down your throat. We just stuff it down your throat.
I agree.
I agree. Yeah.
And with that being said, I have the Lions winning that game as well. I think it's going to really. I think it's going to be. I don't think it's really going to be a close game. It may be like a 15-point. I think it'd be like a 15-point victory for the Lions. Can't really predict the score right now, but I look at it this way. Ben Johnson is a first-year head coach. How many first-year head coaches, even with the stacked team, go to a team and just automatically hit the ground running? It takes time for them to actually keep going. And I look at this kind of like how Josh McDaniel, when he became a head coach after leaving the Patriots, everybody thought he was going to be the next best thing. How did that work out for him? You know, I think Ben Johnson may have a brilliant offensive mind, but having to run a whole team and you don't even have all your people in place is going to be very challenging for you too. What happens if you go out there and start 0-2, 0-3? Do you give up on yourself? How do you respond? We know how the Lions and how Dan Campbell responded. How are you going to respond when you get punched in the mouth? We haven't seen that from you. When we saw that from you, it was in that playoff game. And you started calling a bunch of dumb calls that ultimately kept the Lions, you know, from winning that game. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So I think the Lions are going to give them hell. This is one game that we know that they circled on their calendar, that they're ready for it, that they're preparing for it. Amon-Ra wants it. I know J-Mo wants it. Jared Goff definitely, with, you know, like you guys said, he's been speaking bad on his name. And you don't think Dan Campbell is going to sit there and be like, dude, let's show him what we're really about. He never had to coach against me. He had to coach against the defensive coordinators.
It's also a statement game for the Lions in the sense that all these naysayers that say, oh, the Lions are going to suck because Ben Johnson's gone. Well, you know what? If J-Mo comes out and puts up 50 points on the Bears defense, that's going to go quiet very quickly.
I'll also tell you another reason why I think that this is a statement game, because this is the second divisional game back-to-back weeks. In the first 2 weeks, the Lions can't fall. If we have them losing to the Green Bay Packers week 1, they can't fall 0-2 in the division and then expect to go, you know, on a couple next games that we're going to break down and think that you're going to just go 0-2 period. No, I think the Lions win that game.
And it's at home. You got to defend. I mean, we look at the
home game is going to be crazy.
You got to win your home games because the road
Absolutely.
Another thing, too, I just want to allude really quick to what you're saying. I think the NFL didn't do us any solids like they never do but I do think they did one thing. They put Green Bay first because this is a big year for Jordan Love. And if we go into Wackerland and we kick Jordan Love's ass, there's going to be a lot of Packer fans that are jumping off that bandwagon very quickly on Jordan Love right off the bat. And then the next week is Caleb Williams. If we put Caleb Williams in the ground with all the offense, the new O-line, all the new toys that they have in that offense, and we put it to them and he looks like crap, you guarantee Bear fans are going to be calling for his name. And they're going to be like, oh, what the hell do we have? So this could be really good.
That's a possibility. But I also look at it this way: who do the Bears have week 1? Really quick, do we know who the Bears have week 1? Because they could possibly win that game.
Minnesota.
They can win that game by a nice
they
margin.
Ain't gonna, oh hell
right?
No,
Like let's say hypothetically
is it
that
Minnesota?
does happen.
Yes, it's in Chicago.
I think they can go out there and beat the Purple Chokers. But if they lose to the Lions, I think the Bears give them a little bit more grace because second game on the road, they're going to want to give them some more time. But we'll just see how it all plays out.
That is true. But I'll throw one thing at you. That report that came out said he did not want to play for Chicago. Is going to live in Chicago all season.
I mean, that's nothing. But see, that's just that's something just being dredged up. Ben said that. He said that when he was becoming the number 1 pick. He said that. So it's nothing new.
But he did. I did not know that he was willing to play for a UFL team instead of being drafted by
crazy.
Chicago. That is something.
Was he just
it ain't no different. It don't be no different. It's no different than a man saying he didn't want to play for Detroit. No different.
I
get mom was still playing in the NFL.
I get that.
Caleb literally said, "I go to UFL team, a UFL team." Hey, I'm just saying, man. I'm gonna beat that
crazy. That's crazy, yo. That's wild.
All right, moving on. All right, so we go to Baltimore for week 3. Jay, how we feeling about that game?
Man, you know what? I got to chalk that up as an L. Why? Because, I mean, when has the Lions ever been, good at Baltimore? And it seemed like John Harbaugh has our number. He's beat the Lions already twice, since Dan Campbell has been here. And once was in a close game, and the second one was a blowout. I think the Baltimore Ravens are just too good. It's early in the season. They always have a really good start to their season. Now, kind of in the mid-late season, they have a couple breakdowns, but they are always consistent when they start the season. They want to start strong. They want to make a statement as well. Lamar Jackson is out for redemption and losing in the the divisional round against Buffalo last year. Mm-hmm. They want to go and win. They need wins. They need to lock up that number 1 seed as early as possible. I think the Baltimore Ravens go out here and they put together a nice game to beat the Detroit Lions.
B, how do you feel about that game?
Yeah, until the Lions can beat Baltimore in Baltimore, they're not winning that game.
Yeah, I have to agree with y'all. And that's another reason why they have to win that Chicago game. Because my worst case scenario is starting 0-3. You can't have that happen. You have to either get 1 or 2, which we have 1 or 2 starting off, and that's not a very good record. But like I said, the NFL didn't do us a solid at all. They gave us 2 of our best division rivals, and they gave us the Baltimore Ravens right off the gate. So it's gonna be tough. The only thing I'll say about the Raven game is that, well, I'll say this about this first 3 games. You're playing all running quarterbacks. On top of that, you're also going to see how good Shep is right off the bat. You're going to see if he's either over his head early on or if he's holding his own as a defensive coordinator and he's only going to get better. Like, you're going to kind of get a really good feel of how good Shep is going to be going forward for this offense. I mean, for this defense. So, all right, moving on. Week 4, the dog pound comes to Detroit. B, how we feeling? Win. All right. Win.
Yeah, and I think the only thing that's going to bother the Lions in this game is Cleveland's defense. But I'm not even worried about Myles Garrett because we got Penei Sewell. And he's going to be the equalizer in that whole situation. What we need to do is be able to block the middle because
Mason
Graham is
Graham
going to be there. Yeah, Mason Graham's going to be there. So,
have y'all heard that people are already ready to ride Mason Graham out of Cleveland?
That's because they're idiots. That's because they can't get past
the guy's playing in underwear right now. We haven't even seen him in pads. He could be a whole different guy.
They can't even really get past their selfish, own conscience to say, well, he went to Michigan and they cheated and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Dude, he's going to possibly be your second best player on that team. Mason Graham is that good.
Yeah.
Only reason why I wouldn't put him at the first is obviously because Myles Garrett is there. But, it's easily that Garrett and Mason Graham 1A, 1B. Seriously. That's how good Mason Graham is. He's a game changer. He's a game wrecker. That's like almost a once in. I'm not going to call him a generational type player because he can blow out an Achilles and never be the same. But if
He's
he
a good,
starts
solid
off the way
player.
he looks off, that he looks like he can be a generational type talent. But I got that as a dub. I'm with B. I'm not really too worried about their offense because can anybody name me 3 playmakers on their offense right now? Probably not. So I think that I think that they'll be okay. But the part that's going to trip the Lions up is their defense.
Their
That's
wide receiver, Joe. What the hell is his name?
Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, he's
Jeudy
about
and Joku.
Trash.
Yeah, Joku. That's who it is. Yeah.
No, and Joku.
Joku's pretty good.
The tight end. The tight end.
Tight end.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's pretty good. But anybody else?
Yeah. No, I mean
their offensive line is not really that stable.
Yeah.
Stefanski is I don't care what nobody says. Stefanski's a terrible offensive coordinator. Sorry, he's just bad.
We talked about that too. It's funny. I like Stefanski though. I really respect Stefanski, but
Stefanski kissed my ass.
Real quick question. Real quick.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Robbie. Real quick question, y'all, is who's the starting quarterback for them that game?
I'm gonna say Deshaun
Flacco.
Watson. Oh no, it's not Watson.
Deshaun,
he's
going to be out for the whole year.
You're right. Absolutely. Yeah, I can. I
so
think
B says Flacco. What do you say? You say Flacco?
I think it'll be, and we faced them week 4.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know because
I'm gonna say
I think this is going to be like a Washington situation when they had Kirk Cousins and RG3.
Yeah.
I think that the first game it'll probably be Flacco. Second game it'll be Dillon. Third game, depending on where he's at, I think it could possibly be Sanders again.
No, I mean, quarterbacks.
Cleveland ain't gonna do that. Cleveland ain't gonna do that.
They ain't going nowhere.
Cleveland ain't gonna do that, dude.
If anything,
they're probably gonna start with. They're gonna start with Flacco until he gets to the point that there's. I mean, you remember now Flacco when he came in there the last time, he was really good during the regular season. It was in the playoffs when he fell apart. But he was really good during the season, so he can do the same thing. He knows just about all the personnel there. So
how old is Flacco?
It's going to be easy.
Like 40,
Flacco's like 38.
He's a year behind Rodgers.
Oh, okay, so he's what, 39, 40?
36.
Yeah, 36. No. Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is 40.
Aaron Rodgers is not 40.
Yeah, he's 40, right?
No.
I thought Rodgers
Aaron Rodgers is he is not 40, man. He's old, but he's not 40.
He looks 40.
He's old for 40.
Flacco
he is 41.
Flacco is
he's
41.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought Aaron Rodgers was like 40, 41. Yeah.
So
anyway,
that's why
I don't really care about Aaron Rodgers, so that's why I don't know shit about him. So
that's why I
What's up, Chris?
What's going on, man? How you doing? Appreciate you watching the show. Hey, wait, hold on now. And Njoku is actually good.
Njoku is pretty good.
He's actually pretty good.
He's their best player. Yeah, Aaron's 40. But that's why
he would know.
That's why I say Shador is probably going to be the starter possibly for this game because I don't know if 40-year-old Flacco, if you don't protect him, if he's going to make it to week 4.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if it was what's his name, Dylan Gabriel. And the reason being is because I think they want to make sure that they exhaust every single resource before they.
Have you seen how small that guy is?
Oh yeah, I have, yeah. And I said, I think they're going to want to exhaust every resource they have before they resort to turn it over to Shador Sanders because once you turn it over to Sanders, you're not going to bench him. That's going to be like the guy that you want to run your franchise.
Well, here's the thing, Jay, is that's where training camp comes in. Like the battle will happen in training camp between Dylan Gabriel and Shador Sanders. They're probably going to trade Pickett again because I don't think Pickett makes any sense if you've got Shador and Dylan Gabriel who are younger and possibly a little more upside than Pickett does.
Well, see, the whole thing with Cleveland is the owner wanted Shador.
Right.
The coach wanted Gabriel.
The GM wanted Gabriel.
Yeah, the GM.
I was just going to say, do you trust Stefanski to make that move?
He will if they put enough pressure on him. If they don't do good this year, and it's a Gabriel and a Shador thing,
Yeah, I think
he's going to lose that battle.
this year.
He's going to lose that battle.
And on top of that, it's
because he is only the coach.
And on top of that, Stefanski has no foot to stand on because if he starts off bad again, his butt's going to be gone.
Mm-hmm.
They'll probably fire his ass.
Friend.
And the thing is too is whenever your owner trumps everybody else, literally, because they cut the checks, they own the team. So if they want to put that person out there, they're going to put that person out there. So that's why I say Shador week 4. So we'll move on.
Absolutely.
All right. Now we go to Cincy to play Joey Burrow. How we feeling, B?
We're winning that game too. They got no defense. They ain't gonna be able to stop the offense anyway.
Yep.
On top of that, all we gotta do is stop them a couple times, and as long as our defense is pretty much healthy, we should be able to stop them at least twice, and that'll be it.
And
Chase will get his yards, and Burrow might look like an all-star, but they're gonna lose like they did last year. And they don't start off good in the year. This is their 5th game. They might be on. They might.
That's another guy who could get fired too because they've had some really loud.
Who's Zach Taylor?
Yes.
Yeah, Zach Taylor should have been fired a while ago too.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I got it a dub, and I'm gonna definitely recite everything that B just said. I don't think they got a defense. And I'm going to throw a bold take out there. I think Trey Hendrickson is going to be traded before the season starts.
He's going to be on Detroit?
I don't think he's going to be
Detroit.
I was just going to say, I think the Lions make a pitch to get him, and I think he gets here. Now, that's a bold take. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that it's going to happen, but that's something that I definitely believe. That's like a bad marriage just ready for a split right there. You understand what I'm saying?
See, the thing about this trade, too, people don't understand. So, well, they're going to trade him wherever he needs, where they want to trade him at, or whatever's going to give him the best picks. And so, no, they said to him that he can find a trade. When you tell a player you can find a trade, he will go about, or his representative will go to Edie's team.
He'll go where he wants
and say, I want to go to your team. What are you willing to give
what you paying?
Dumbass Cincinnati for him?
And what you paying?
Because Cincinnati's not a draft pick. Actually, Cincinnati's at this point right now. I just don't think they really care. Let them go, but give us a second-round draft pick or a third-round draft pick or something like that, whatever you want. But then you have to pay the guy, and that's what they're banking on. People don't want to get him. But if you talk some stuff to him, and I think the Lions can do that, they can get him on a 1-year contract, just for a year to say, hey, dude, 1 year.
How funny!
If you do half of what you said, half of what you did in Cincinnati last year, we will sign you for a lucrative contract. But we want to make sure you do a prove it year.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was on Lamar show, shout out to Lamar. I was on a show yesterday. Great show. And we're doing the scheduled thing too. I actually said that the Lions would have Trey on that team. And how funny would it be if, he came on the Lions to Cincinnati and literally just balled out. How funny would that be?
You know what? I'm going to save that for Sunday's show.
Yeah.
Well, see, a thing about that too is Cincinnati's not going to have Hendrickson either or, because he said, if you don't trade me, or you don't I'm sitting out. So you make a decision. You either trade me or I'm sitting out.
That's why I think that while the iron's hot, which it is very hot right now with Trey, I think that they're going to trade him before the season starts.
Well, they could probably trade him before training camp.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They're gonna trade him before training camp or before anything else really ramps up, because they want to get him in the training camp. They want to get him acclimated to the defense and all that stuff. So a trade's going to happen soon. So because once you come out there vocally and say what you say, you've made it out there and everybody's picking sides on how they feel about your situation, it's gonna bring in more issues, more questions, more things coaches have to answer they don't want to answer, or Trey. So it's just going to cause bad optics, bad visions, all that stuff. And it's hey,
I'm going to tell you something else about Cincinnati too. Watch Shamar. Shamar, see if Trey gets traded or he sits out, watch how fast he signs a contract. while he's talking all that shit. You know why? Because he'll be the man on that defense. That's the reason why. Right now, he knows he ain't going to be the man on the defense as long as Trey is there.
Right.
He's going to have to play second fiddle.
I'll go one better for you, B. The Cincinnati will have no leverage. They'll give Shamar whatever he wants because
fellas,
what's up?
I was going to say, let's say this was Sunday show.
Well, I mean,
it's part of the schedule.
Yeah, it's part of the schedule. But anyways, what I'm saying is like Shamar's not he's gonna have all the leverage in the world because if you lose Trey Hendricks, who else is gonna?
He ain't gonna have no leverage. He's a rookie. First of all, he ain't got no leverage. No rookie. You can say all you want about stuff. No rookie has leverage over a fucking team.
Okay,
when they come in, so it's not gonna happen.
But here's the thing.
You don't think so?
If Trey gets okay, all right. Let me ask you this question: if Trey gets traded, okay, he's gone. He's off the team. Shamar holds out. What is Cincinnati going to do at the defensive end position?
Not a damn thing. I mean, Shamar's not going to be their answer any damn way.
We don't know that.
Productivity-wise, no.
Well, I think Shamar could be a better pro than he was a college player, and that happens sometimes. There's a lot of history.
Very rare when that happens, dude. Your college, I mean, anything that college will teach you is how you're going to perform in big games. And if you have no production in those games, I don't care how much of a motor you got. That don't mean shit in the NFL because that stuff just brings you down a couple more notches.
I'll say this about Shamar because I watch a lot of A&M football because I'm an Aggie and I love watching the Aggies play. The thing is that he has shown flashes of being a good player. He just doesn't have a consistent tape all the time. And yeah, his numbers aren't the greatest, but also A&M's D-line has always been pretty stacked too. So he's not the guy on the defense. They usually have about 3 or 4 guys. So all I'm saying is that he's got potential to be good. I'm not saying he's to be Trey. Hell, I don't think anybody could be Trey. Trey's been consistent as hell. You know, it behooves me how they haven't paid that guy. But anyways, we can move on from that. But we all think Cincinnati's going to win. I do too. My only concern.
No, lose.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you. Cincinnati's going to lose. My only concern that I will put out there is how our secondary fares against Jamar Chase and Higgins. That's going to be a good battle to watch. Because you have Reed and Terrian, who more likely are going to be responsible for Chase and Higgins. So that's going to be fun to watch.
I'm going to tell you one thing about that defense. When Shepard run that defense and he's a linebackers coach, it makes the cornerbacks a lot better. Not like when a cornerback is your your defensive coordinator. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't because they see everything ahead of them. Like Tomlin is a good coach because he was a defensive back, and he could see everything. Just like what's his face? No, the guy that's from here, Tony Dungy. Tony Dungy was a defensive back. He was a good coach because he can see the plays ahead of him. He's got that type of knowledge. But sometimes AG, he wasn't really a fantastic. He was a pretty good corner, but sometimes you can't always apply that to the defense. Linebackers do make pretty good defensive coaches. So you go out there and they're going to make that secondary better.
They're the quarterback of the defense.
Yeah, they're going to make that secondary better.
That's a good point.
I mean, it's kind of like trying to stop Michael Jordan as far as Chase is concerned. He's the best receiver in the league and probably 1A to 1B to JJ. But like I said, he's a great – you're not going to stop him on everything. I mean, AFC North teams seem to do it pretty well, but that's because they know him. We don't know him like that. Right. Yeah, they're familiar with him. So we don't know too many stop routes. And, AG is going to be covering Higgins. I mean, not AG. Arnold's going to be covering Higgins. So think about that, too.
It's going to be a good battle.
Yep.
Good battle. You're going to – early on, I mean, we go back to the –
We're going to get tested.
Going back to the games before this game, Terrian's going to get another baptism by fire again. Like, he's going to be going against some dogs as receivers, like with the Packers, with the Bears, Baltimore. So, yeah, it's going to be fun.
Baltimore's only got one good receiver. They ain't got nobody.
They got Flowers and Bates.
Bates ain't shit. Flowers is a guy, and then Flowers is like lazy and half the time anyway. So Lamar is the offense, okay? Lamar and Henry.
Of course, yeah, I get it.
So it's
Hey, don't forget about Isaiah Likely.
Likely is gonna have a big
Likely
year.
is good.
Oh, and
too.
Andrews hasn't retired.
Yeah, I really think Isaiah
Hopefully
Likely
holds on to the ball
be the
this
second
time.
best offensive player on that team. Isaiah Likely, he's young.
Yeah.
He's not beat up. I mean, that's a dog right there.
Right on. All right, moving on. Week 6, we go to Pat's house, Kansas City.
Kermit.
Hey, what's going to happen there?
You know what?
This one too.
I'm going to say the Lions take over.
What's up, Tori?
Kansas
You need to come on our
City.
show, Tori.
What's going on,
sometime.
Tori?
We'd
How
love
you
to have
doing? I don't think I've ever met you, but how you doing? I think the Lions take on Kansas City, and I think they beat Kansas City. You want to know why? Because I think Kansas City is falling apart. I mean, they don't really have the weapons that they did before. You got a lot of young players on that team with Isaiah Worthy. Kelsey's getting old. He's not himself. It's kind of a debacle down there. I mean, while you still got Andy Reid, I understand that they're good, but I think the Lions can squeak out a win. I do think the Lions can go there and get a win. Absolutely. And F the refs. I don't think the refs are going to be able to screw the Lions. I think the Lions go to get that done. Give me a dub.
All right. B, how you feeling about that game?
I feel the same way I feel about the – let me see, what game was it? The Chicago game, really, because it's kind of like we know you. Goff hasn't lost to Patrick Mahomes yet, and I don't think he's going to start doing it this year. I think the Chiefs are actually going to have a down year. I think they're not. I don't think they're going to be a favorite to win the Super Bowl. Although, they have Philadelphia as a favorite right now with Kansas City like second or third, but that's because Kansas City was in it last year. As the season goes on, and they see that this is going to be a crap team, because there's going to be no ref help this year. The refs helped last year because they wanted them to get there to win that third Super Bowl in a row. That's the reason why. That's what they. I don't give a damn what people say about. Goodell is a businessman. Yeah, that's exactly the reason why those referees were getting paid by Kansas City, so they could do that. He knew that. Shut up. Anyway, but it ain't gonna happen this year.
Nope.
You had your chance last year.
I think that even if the Kansas City Chiefs struggle throughout the year, they always can find a way to get into the playoffs and make noise. But I don't think that they're going to be in position to do that this year. I think they're going to have a slow start, and it's going to be too bad for them to be able to catch up. Yeah, Goff is undefeated by Mahomes. I think he only lost to Mahomes once, or he never lost to Mahomes
ever. Even in college, he didn't lose to Mahomes.
Okay.
People can say all day that Goff can't win shootouts. That's BS.
And it's crazy because anytime they go against each other, he has more passing touchdowns. He can pass for more yardage. It's crazy. It's like Goff becomes a different animal when he goes up against Mahomes. The highest scoring NFL game, I think it was combined between two teams. One of them was the LA Rams and the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's when they were wearing the ketchup and mustard uniforms. I love those.
Yes. That game was crazy. That was one of the best games I've ever seen in my life.
That was one of the best games. Yes.
Oh yeah, they were just going back to back.
That was primetime golf right there. Golf, not golf. golf. Golf.
GOLF.
He was Gotham.
He can be Gotham or he can be Goffle.
I think
he was against Washington. He was Goffle against Washington.
Yeah.
But anyway,
all right, y'all.
Moving on.
I'm gonna break the tie here because we've agreed almost everything. I'm taking a loss on this one, and I'll tell you why. Yes, I do think Kansas City is gonna have a down year, but Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes. And, I still like that defense that Kansas City has. And they'll have Chris Jones this time. They didn't have Chris Jones the last time we played him. You know how much he can wreck a defense.
He's 2 years older, though.
Yeah, but that is true. I don't know. I went back and forth on this game. I just think that, the Lions, they're going to come off 2 wins. They'll probably come down to earth with the Kansas City. So,
No,
but I'm not.
I don't
like
think
said,
I don't
it's
consider that
50-50.
coming down to earth. Kansas City is not earth anymore.
Well,
If
what I'm
anybody
saying,
is earth, it's Philadelphia. I don't
Well, what
care.
I-
Kansas City can kiss my ass.
Kiss my
See,
ass.
this is why that new segment is perfect for you, B. I actually thought about you when I thought about this segment. But anyways,
I got a way to beat Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Put pressure on Mahomes. Every
That's all you
single
gotta do.
game you see him out there, put pressure on
have to.
Mahomes.
Mhm.
But when I said coming down to earth, I meant coming off of 2 solid wins, beating, obviously taking care of Cleveland, then going on the road and beating Cincy. I just feel like they're going to lose one. But I could be wrong, and I hope I am wrong, but I don't have the Lions go 17-0, so there you
Just
go.
a prediction, my
Nobody
man.
does.
Yeah, I know. All right. Next game, we have the Pirates coming to
We've already done it.
Detroit, Week 7. B, what you got?
Succaneers are going to lose that one.
Succaneers, I love that. All right. So you got to
Dub.
win too.
I got a dub.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think they've kind of figured out Baker Mayfield. Because the first game that we played in the playoffs, he kind of tore us apart because our secondary was weak. We improved our secondary. And the last game we played him, we just made some dumb mistakes. We didn't run the ball enough. We threw the ball too much. We couldn't get a score on our side of the field, like our life depended on it. We were terrible in the red zone.
And nobody
You
finished
noticed after
tackles. Nobody finished pressures except for Hutchinson, who had 4.5 sacks in that game. So
Exactly.
I think he had 5 that game, right?
4.5.
4.5.
Somebody got a half. That was, I think it was Muhammad. No, was it Muhammad? I think it was Muhammad on the other side, because that was the game after. That was the second game. Mm-hmm. I think Davenport might have got a half a sack that game. Yeah, because Davenport did play that game. So yeah, I think he's the one that got the half sack. But there was nobody. That whole side of the line could not stop Hutchinson. Hutchinson was killing them. Mm-hmm. So I think Ben Johnson was being Ben Johnson with his arrogant self, and that's the reason why we lost that game. And there was a bad coaching by Phipps at the end of the half there. First half. So
that, yeah.
And then he really didn't do too much. I mean, the playoff game, we killed him. Actually, in that playoff game, we beat him by 30.
But the only reason it was close is because we couldn't stop Mike Evans. That's what I was trying to allude to. Like we had no answer for that guy. But hell, nobody. Does.
that really has nothing to do with Baker. Baker just gets the ball up to him. But I mean, Baker looked. He threw that shit right to Derek Barnes. I mean, Derek Barnes was having an awful playoff, and you just gave him a gimme and making his life a lot better.
He
sure did.
Well, and another thing too is that, like, after that Buccaneers loss, the Lions pretty much corrected a lot of their mistakes. They didn't have those issues going forward with the red zone. They ran the ball more. They didn't have those mess ups with the field goal and all that other stuff. So it was kind of the get right game after that. Like, they really woke up and said, you know what, we got to play better than this. Like, we're better than this. And I guarantee you they said that to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So,
then they went to San Francisco and played good in the first half and then laid an egg the second half. But anyway, that's besides the point.
That was all the way at the end of the season, B. We're talking.
Well, I know that, but I mean, we want to get a Super Bowl.
I understand. But all I'm saying is that after that second game, they got themselves right the rest of the season. But yeah, it did happen. But.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For the regular season. Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year.
Exactly. All right. So week 8 is the bye week. So just to review here, I have the Lions at 4-3.
We won that one.
Yeah. Right. So just real quick, 4-3. Are y'all okay with that record at halfway through the season?
Week 8,
okay with it. I'm 5-2 is what I'm
5-2. That's where I'm at.
Okay, yeah, 5-2. Okay, so 5-2, we're good there.
I mean, at the worst, 4-3 ain't bad. At the most, 6-1. Like I said, that Green Bay game is one of those that. What the hell? Oh, that's Sonia. Sonia is trying to grace us with her presence. Okay, but yeah, I'd see. I mean, it could be a 4-3 or a 6-1 at that point.
I mean, if you go by predictions so far, Like, really, the only two games that Vegas has us losing are Baltimore and possibly Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys feel confident about Kansas City, and I'm kind of 60-40 that we'll lose that game. So I'm not that sure, even on my prediction. So the fact is that we could easily lose only one game. I think Baltimore's for sure the loss. As much as I want to go into Baltimore and whoop their ass, it's not going to happen. Lamar Jackson scares the shit out of me. Derrick Henry, we have nobody who can stop Derrick Henry.
And Baltimore is really good against the NFC in the NFC the NFC in general. So they don't have. I don't think they've.
Roquan Smith.
I don't think they've. I think the first time they lost to the first time they lost to the NFC was last year when they played with Philadelphia, and Philadelphia beat them. That's the first time they've lost to an NFC team in a long time.
Yeah, they lost to the Rams too. And what was it, overtime? They lost to the Rams in overtime last year.
And really,
the year before.
I think that was last year. I think it was last year they lost in the overtime. I'm pretty sure. They caught an L to the Rams.
So yeah. So
I have to fact check that, but yes.
I think the Rams lost that because that was the game that Stafford was keeping up with Lamar as far as offensively, and then something happened and Baltimore returned a kick for a touchdown, and that was overtime, and they won the game.
Okay.
That's yeah.
I think you're right. I do remember that being.
But they do play Baltimore pretty tough. The Rams do.
Yeah. All right. Coming after the bye week, we have Minnesota coming to our house. Jay, how we feeling?
Minnesota. I got them beating Minnesota.
All right.
I got them beating Minnesota. Now, if it was in Minnesota, I'll be having a different tune. But since they playing them here, coming off of a bye week, I think this is like probably, get right, get healthy, get your mind right type game for the Lions. Mm-hmm. And I think they beat Minnesota.
All right, B.
Yep, they're gonna beat Minnesota. There's a theme to me picking the games that they're gonna win. So they're gonna beat Minnesota at home. It's not gonna even be. I think it's gonna be a good game though.
Yeah,
I do think that people are, whoever starts at quarterback is got the offense around them. So it's not like I'm getting sick of people talking about, well, JJ's not going to do this. And I say, you still got Sam, the other Sam coming in there that could actually, compete against JJ and take his spot. So
that's crazy. What happened? Okay, let's just talk that real quick. What happens if Sam Howell comes into training camp and outplays JJ McCarthy? What does Minnesota feel in that situation?
That's a win-win situation, in my opinion. Sam Howell is not a joke. That dude can throw the ball.
But you traded up to get this guy, and now some other dude that
I think they're gonna.
That's irregardless. It's about winning games.
With JJ McCarthy.
It doesn't make a difference. JJ McCarthy doesn't make a difference. If Howell is good enough to beat him, then JJ can be the backup. Maybe JJ needs more time to learn. He was out with an injury. What is he learning when he's injured?
That's true, because think about it. Look at it the way with Bryce Young. Remember but Carolina benched Bryce Young, but they know that's the guy that they're going to proceed with in the future time. So I definitely would.
Who you about to punch?
It's definitely a possibility.
You guys bring me up once I'm doing backstage when he said that. Hi guys.
What's up? What's going on, Sonia?
I did not mean to bomb you guys' meeting, but I was in another meeting and I saw you guys live, and I'm like, let me talk to you guys about y'all schedule because cats roll together.
That's right. All right. Cool.
But yeah, you know what? I think I got to side with B on this one though, Nate. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's about winning, and I think Kevin O'Connell, that's probably one of the very few head coaches that make the necessary adjustments to win the game.
I don't know.
Oh, did he leave?
He went. Yeah, he might have stepped away for a sec. But
I guess
go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, Kevin O'Connell, he actually make the adjustments to win the game. And if Sam Howell gives them the best chance to win,
he's
going to put Sam Howell in the game no matter where they drafted JJ McCarthy.
I agree.
He could have been a reserve spot. Like, they could have already just automatically drafted him.
Right.
If Sam Howell gives him the best chance and have more chemistry with that offense, he's going to start Sam Howell.
And I'm totally fine with that. I think
if he beats him during training camp,
Yeah.
yes, I see that.
I'm just saying it's not a good look when your guy you traded up for gets beat out by a guy who wasn't even on your team when the season started.
It happens.
And
It happens.
It does happen. But here's the thing. Here's the thing with Minnesota that I don't understand is if they feel that Sam Howell, if they feel enough to bring in Sam Howell to compete with JJ McCarthy, why not keep Sam Darnold?
Well, Sam Darnold wanted more money.
He's better than Howell.
He wanted
Pay
more
him.
money, and he wanted a long-term contract. They didn't want to tie themselves to Sam Darnold for a long time.
Okay.
When you could have gotten a cheaper route and possibly the better route, and they got Sam Howell, right? Like, you didn't need Darnold.
I'm gonna push back on y'all's point about winning. So if you're about winning, you should have paid Sam Darnold because Sam Darnold got you 14 wins.
Yeah, he also got their asses kicked the last 3 games of the season. 2 games of the season, you went up against a lifeless.
Couldn't beat the Rams or the Lions.
Couldn't beat the Rams. I mean, that was critical moments right there. And then, I mean, if you think about it, the Vikings played a good game. Sam Darnold just couldn't get the ball to his receivers. He couldn't get the ball to JJ. He couldn't get the ball to Addison. That was Darnold's doing right there. That's why a lot of people were making jokes about him seeing ghosts. Because he was really seeing ghosts out there.
But then you're arguing to me that you basically would have Sam Howell over Sam Darnold.
I would.
What you're trying to say?
For the short term, yeah. Why? Because Sam Darnold wanted more money. No. Sam Darnold wanted a long-term contract.
They didn't believe in one-season quarterbacks. That's the problem, Nate, that you have. Sam Darnold was really good in Washington. Washington was stupid to let him go because he was ass out in all those games that he played with Washington. He was slinging it. If he had an offensive line, that dude got sacked more times than Caleb did last year. And when he was playing with Washington, had he had a good offensive line, he would have led the league in passing yards.
But you also gotta believe that if people saw that potential in Sam Howell, why didn't they trade him?
That has nothing to do with it. If they're going to a different type of offense, then they're going to a different type of offense. No. What they have right now is a different type of offense. Sam Howell's not going to fit in that. They don't have they still don't have an offensive line.
Yeah.
But at least Jaden Daniels can run out of that. Sam Howell is a gunslinger. He's not somebody that runs out of the pocket.
Yeah.
He sits in the pocket. He tries to find his target.
And that's the reason why Seattle traded him to Minnesota, because they have a running quarterback. Well, Sam Darnold, I wouldn't say he's a running quarterback.
He's a scrambling quarterback.
He's okay. He's
for his life quarterback.
Yeah. A guy that can use his legs. That's how
just to wrap this point up. I just don't understand what Minnesota's doing, because you're wrapping your hands all around JJ, saying, "Oh, we believe in you," all this stuff, but yet behind the scenes, you didn't pay Sam Darnold. You got Sam Howell. You didn't go get Aaron Rodgers. You don't want Aaron Rodgers. Like,
nobody does.
I don't understand. I don't understand what
it's
Minnesota's
a contingent
doing.
plan.
You didn't understand last year when they got Sam Darnold either, but look what happened.
Well, I knew Sam Darnold was going to be kind of a bridge to JJ, but Sam Darnold just happened to play.
But you didn't know he was going to be a 14-3 bridge. Everybody had him. They had Minnesota finishing.
If they didn't get Sam Howell, who would their backup quarterback be?
I don't know. Mullins?
There you go.
but
you understand what I'm saying?
But we're not talking about that, because what B's arguing is that Sam Howell could go in and beat out JJ McCarthy for the starting job.
It's a possibility, but everybody's expecting JJ McCarthy to be the starter. He's taking not first team reps because they haven't started camp yet, but he's working out with starters.
I don't know.
He's working out with starters.
They are.
Kevin O'Connell spoke highly of him. They drafted him at a high position. That's going to be the guy. But if Sam Howell can beat JJ McCarthy out, which it's not far-fetched, I wouldn't be surprised, because Sam Howell is a good quarterback. He can be a guy that can actually run your offense. Do I think he's better than JJ? No, but who's to say JJ is actually going to be ready? Who's to say that JJ is up to speed?
He hasn't made a start in the NFL yet. They've been waiting on him.
Right.
Exactly. So that all of that stuff can play.
He's our guy and all that, but they do all these stuff behind the scenes. That's what I'm trying to say.
Are they saying that, Nate?
No.
Because I don't think they're the moves that they're making. Remember the optics that you were talking about? Those are optics.
Mm-hmm.
They would say, "Hey,
group chat.
we traded for Sam Howell, who was way better than the backups that they had,
Right?
and he could challenge JJ for the start."
I think they're talking out of both sides of their mouth.
Well,
I think.
I mean,
and do you think they're going to come out and just
tell you the
Sam
game
Howell
plan
and everybody like, oh, JJ is just going to be our guy? No, you gotta let the boys go out there and work for it.
Okay, so let me ask you this question, and we'll wrap this up. But let me ask you this question. Give me a hypothetical here because we're all Lions fans here and the Panther fan.
Default Lions as well.
She a Lion fan too.
Pseudo Lions fan. There you go.
There you go.
Okay. If the Lions would have traded for Hendon Hooker and brought him in to go against Goff, what would y'all's perception be of that?
I would think that they brought somebody in.
No. You're not going to do this, Nate. First of all,
I am.
Goff is a proven quarterback. He is
But
you think Hooker was going to be? They wouldn't have brought Hooker in to beat Goff.
I'm asking a hypothetical question.
And that's not a good hypothetical question.
What would that look like?
It's not.
Okay, Jay. What would that look like if you traded for Hendon Hooker and brought him in to compete with Jared Goff?
Okay, real quick, B. I'm gonna just say it like this: if they bought him in to compete with Jared Goff, I'm thinking that they're going to only use him as a backup. Why? Because Jared Goff is proven. You know what you're getting out of Jared Goff.
So he's proven that you would think he's automatically. You're trading for a backup. Is what you're saying.
Basically. I mean, they took him hold on. They took him in a fourth round in the 2024 draft? Was it third or fourth round they took him?
Fourth.
That's a starter right there for the Lions.
Yeah,
but that's a starter for the Lions. I mean, do we really have to go back and look at former third round picks for the Lions? So we knew that they wanted a backup. They didn't have a backup going into training camp or going into that year. We know that they didn't want to get rid of Goff. That's why they gave him a big contract this year, because they knew from day one that Jared Goff was going to be their quarterback, whether we believe that or not, or whether
tear that he already had. Maybe that's what was a disadvantage for him.
Plus he's old. He's already like 30. Dude is already my age. He's only his third year in the league. But I mean, let's realistically speak like this, Nate. The Lions knew what they were getting in Jared Goff, and Jared Goff and Brad Holmes has said it's so much easier to get worse than better at quarterback. So you go and you roll with what you got. The Lions knew what they were getting with Jared Goff. The Vikings don't really know what they're going to get out of JJ McCarthy. They see the potential. They see that he's younger. They like how he played. They like what they've seen on film. But in case this doesn't work, I need to have somebody that can come in and back him up. Somebody that can light a fire. Somebody that can give him competition.
Okay. So if let's say JJ has been playing, okay, and he's already shown some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Do they still make that same trade for Sam Howell?
Yes, because who would they have backing him up? If JJ McCarthy
can get a backup anywhere they wanted to, man.
If he get tendonitis in his knee or something like that, who's going to back him up?
I mean, playing woulda, shoulda is not going to be answering the question. The thing is, JJ is still a rookie quarterback. He hasn't played a down of NFL football yet, except in training camp and the preseason game, which I don't consider that's NFL football. But anyway, and Sam Howell is proven.
Yep.
And that right there, you have a quarterback battle. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. It's kind of like Mason Rudolph and Will Howard. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't sign with Pittsburgh, that's what's going to happen. They're going to
like Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, you need somebody. You need a contingency plan.
Over that.
You need a contingency plan, right? Yeah. Like, so, does that mean they don't believe in Jackson Dart because they went and got Russell Wilson and they got Jameis Wilson? No, they just need backup plans.
I just think that Viking fans will flip crap if Sam Howell is a starter over JJ McCarthy.
Of course, you want to know why? Because they'd be like, God damn it, I can't believe we wasted a trade up pick to get this guy and we took him so high. Yeah, they're going to flip out about that. But think about what
if Howell goes out there and balls the hell out, they'll shut the fuck up.
They so will. They'd be like,
but then you have to
This is why I say I hate saying this a lot of time, but this is why I think fans are stupid as hell, because either they're going to really love the hell what you're doing or love the hell what you're not doing. So or hate everything you're doing. So fans are so
Yep.
fickety. I don't give a damn what the fans say. It's the results on the field that count. If
Yep.
Sam Howell goes out there and starts, I don't care what the fans say.
Yep.
We're winning
Well, I think-
we're winning ball
Exactly.
games. If they're winning ball
Perfect
games,
example.
if they get like 11-5, but nobody's going to get 15.
Perfect
wins, 14
example.
years in this division.
I give you a
Ain't
perfect
happening.
example of that before
Yes,
I
yes.
shut my mouth. 18 for 18. Jared Goff. A lot of people were talking about Jared Goff can't do this. Jared Goff can't do that.
Mhm.
But had a perfect game with like 3 or 4 passing touchdowns. But when he had that perfect game, I bet a lot of people shut the hell up. A lot of people
They still
couldn't have
really
anything
haven't.
bad to say.
The people, okay, but with Jared Goff, the reason why people were so combative against Jared Goff was because of what he played like in the Rams. You know, because his falling off was with the Rams. Like he went from the Super Bowl, Jared Goff, and then after that, it's almost like I don't know what happened with him and McVay. It just fell off, and that's why he got traded. You know,
Well,
that's
because
what the Lions hate.
And
Jared
look at
Goff
him now.
is. Yeah, I know.
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
And the
The
thing
guy's
about Jared
talented.
Goff is that people don't understand how quarterbacks work. Okay, Jared Goff is not going to win you a game with a couple of receivers and a banged up offensive line and a pretty shoddy ass running back. He's got to have those players around him, which he does in Detroit.
Right.
He did when he went to the Super Bowl. That's exactly what the hell he had when he went to the Super Bowl. He had great running backs.
Yeah.
Receivers weren't exactly the greatest receivers, but they were guys that could catch the ball. Well, that's a figurative
pretty good.
speech too, but they had a good offensive line and he had good defense. So when you have all that together, that makes your quarterback look a lot better. And I'm not saying Goff is not a good quarterback. He's stepped up with the Lions. He's done way better job in all his statistical categories with the Lions than he did with the Rams.
Yeah.
So
I agree. And Goff didn't stop learning how to play football. Like the guy was number 1 overall for a reason.
But
Like,
Hooker
he
is
had
not
the
going to
talent.
replace him. Okay.
Oh,
Unless he
I
retires or they get rid of him. That's the only way he's going to be
No,
replaced.
I
And by
agree.
that time, Hooker's going to have to be replaced because he's going to be old enough.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we need another
yeah.
quarterback. That's what we do. Next
Just-
year, we
just
need to
to-
get a quarterback.
Just to wrap this up, I'm confused about what the Vikings are doing. I don't know. Hell, they could sign Aaron Rodgers tomorrow if they wanted to. If he wanted to play.
First of all,
Who knows?
and don't be like that because who cares? Who gives a shit about the Vikings in our division? Okay. Let you think they're going to be confused. It's fine with me. If they lose every game, I don't give a damn.
I'm with you, B. I'm with you. It
That's-
just gives me
that's
more
like
ammo to
Sonya
throw the
in
hell out of
Atlanta.
them.
If Atlanta loses every game, she won't be like, what are they doing? No,
I love it. I would love it.
Oh, I bet you would.
Atlanta
You would eat it up.
Panthers win every
would
time.
eat it up.
You're misconstruing
Yes.
my
Sonya,
my
you would eat
sympathy.
it
I
up
don't have
as a
sympathy.
Yes.
for the Vikings.
man. Listen,
I don't have
Buffet
sympathy for the-
style.
to see Michael
I don't have-
Penix fall on the ground flat on
Yes.
his face, she would love
Yes,
it.
and be the tiny penis energy that we know he is. Yes.
Yeah,
Sonya, you funny.
What's up, Eric?
I don't have
Go
sympathy-
Lions,
sympathy
baby.
for the Vikings. I just think it would be funny. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on. All right, week 10. We go to Kami Land. We play the Washington Commanders.
Yes, y'all ready
Hey, how
for
we
it?
feeling?
Woo,
Wow. Okay.
a reunion, honey.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
A
No way.
reunion. Y'all better put
I'm
them
gonna tell you
dubs
something
up.
right now.
Oh,
Put
no,
them
no,
dubs
no,
up.
one at a time.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Why are they gonna lose, Jay?
Yeah,
Because the Lions struggle with young, mobile quarterbacks.
well, you
Always
have them
been
winning
the
these other
Achilles
games
heel.
earlier in the season.
Hold on. Let me explain. Jaden Daniels got a good offensive weapon in Debo Samuel, and they got Mekhi Becton over there.
Woo.
They got stronger. Can we definitively say that our defense gotten stronger, even with them being healthy again, gotten strong enough to actually be able to take on Jaden Daniels in that
Preach.
Washington team?
Yep.
I don't
Yep.
think so. I think that they're going to be really
We have
good.
Aiden Hutchinson.
You got to
That's a
play
big one.
in their house.
Oof.
I really just can't.
You're
see
missing
it.
the whole point. If you say that, you're missing the whole point of how the Lions work.
Mm-mm.
The Lions work on revenge.
Woo.
Okay. And what they do when they work on revenge is they knew they should have beat Washington. They know this. Goff knows
Shoulda,
this.
coulda,
Goff is
woulda.
going to go out there. Goff's going to go out there and play an A game. That defense is going to be healthy.
Until they
Washington's not
beat
gonna stand a
him, I
chance.
can't say they're going to beat him. Why? We just said the same thing with Baltimore. Until the Lions beat them, You have to actually.
this ain't the first
I
time,
can't
Rob,
see
trust
them,
me.
my man.
Mhm.
I don't see them beating the Washington Commanders. The Commanders are
Even
a young,
with
good
Aiden
team.
Hutchinson,
They're a
which we
kid.
didn't have.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
No,
I think that's going to be an L. The
that's
Lions
not going to be an
usually,
L.
we'll see.
L,
We'll see
man.
who's singing. We'll see who's
L,
singing.
man.
Not
All
gonna be
right.
no
Debo
L.
Samuel,
So B.
Mekhi Becton.
You already
Come
know
on,
what
man.
I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I'm
This ain't
Jay-
that same Washington Commanders team.
and
we
this ain't the same
thought of
Lions
10
team.
years ago.
Yeah.
This ain't that
This
same Lions team
ain't
that they
that
played.
team right here. This ain't
The
Alex
defensive
Smith right
players
there.
back.
You know, this
You
is
know,
a young mobile
if we
quarterback
go
who could
by what
possibly
we
be
had-
an MVP
If
candidate.
we
Well-
go by with what we have in defense now, and everybody's healthy for Washington, and everybody's healthy for the Lions.
This
Lions
is
are
through
gonna
8
beat
weeks
them.
now. Now remember,
They can't-
this is through 8
You
weeks.
got to remember,
now.
their defense is still trash.
Everybody isn't going to be 100%. Dude, didn't that dude get like 2 interceptions against us last game? The last game we played against them?
Again,
What was that
Goff.
guy's name?
no, it was 2. But Goff,
Mikey, your boy from freaking Michigan. Come on,
Sandstrom.
Mikey
You understand what I'm
that
saying?
ain't gonna
Like,
happen again.
that
That was a
team-
golf. That was a golf eruption.
that team is
No.
good.
That's not
I
gonna happen
expect them
this
to
time.
be good.
You can.
This is-
expect them to
this
be
is a
that. You got
quarterback.
that
Listen,
defense.
What are Jay
Chicago
Daniels' odds?
damn near beat them. Come on.
Can I see? Can anybody pull up the odds of Jay Daniels winning the MVP this year? This is a possible MVP candidate.
He
we're
can
Well,
win
talking
the
let me-
MVP
about.
all I, he can win the MVP all I care.
Let me put
But he ain't
some
gonna
water.
be beating the Lions.
Let me put some water on this.
I'm
real quick,
sorry.
okay?
I love my team,
That's
but I may
fine.
have
That's
to chalk
fine.
that up
That's
as
why
an
they're
L.
that's why the predictions. Okay. So I'm gonna
and
put
to
some
that
water-
guy, hold on real quick, Nate. And to that guy that said, "Get the fuck out of here." Prove to me why the Lions will win that game. What do the Lions do definitively better than just run the ball than the Washington Commanders?
Defense, and they pass the ball better.
Defense, and they pass the ball better. So where did the Lions rank in pressure rates last season against quarterbacks?
5th.
Turnovers,
They were top.
yardage
They were
is given up.
Two. They were second in
No, I
turnovers.
did not.
They were 6th.
No, I did not have them go.
21.
No, I did not.
The 6 Queens, not the Vikings. The 6
Hey, we
Minnesota.
want to see you. We want to see you over
Minnesota.
in the North debate, Michael. You need to come on and show your face.
Yeah, come
Right,
on and
we're
show your
disappointed
face
in
in
you,
the North
man.
debate,
You
man.
guys later.
Tired of all
You can't
these
say
cowards.
All right,
right
Sonya.
now, Mike. You can't say nothing
Hey.
right to
You
us
can't
right
say
now
shit if
because
you
you
can't
messed
come on
up. And,
here, yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So we can talk all day. And there goes Sonya. She went out.
Yeah, she said, "See you guys later."
But anyway,
So,
yeah.
let me put some water on this real quick, okay? Jay, I understand what you're saying about Jaden Daniels. We haven't seen a
Yeah.
rookie like Jaden Daniels in a minute, okay? I
Mhm.
totally understand what you're saying. However, year 2 for second year quarterbacks is not always the best. So we don't know how good Jaden Daniels is going to be in year 2.
Can we say that
because-
for all quarterbacks? Because I got 3 in mind where it didn't happen with
Well, who?
Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, those are really good quarterbacks you just named.
Yeah, look at Jane Daniels.
We think
Rookie
okay,
quarterback made it to
Right,
the NFC
right.
Championship game.
Hold up. I agree. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You got to come on, Michael, because we're gonna have it out. We're gonna have it out. It's gonna be fun.
My back.
You just with the rookie quarterbacks, you just don't know what year 2 is gonna look like. Yes, they could pop. Yes, they.
I
could
sure
be
hope they
really,
do take
really
a step
good.
back, though. I really do.
Right.
I hope
Well,
they go
yeah, of
0-17. Fuck the Commanders. I hate them. They just a good team, you know? They're just a good team. I hate their former owner who sold the team. What was it, Dan Snyder?
Mhm.
What was the guy's name? I hated him.
I mean, you really can't. I mean, you really can't hate the Commanders because they are trying to do right by the football folks and their fans and
I
stuff
hate
like
they
that. They're
coach.
building a new trend.
They don't even have a name.
No
You-
offense,
They
B.
just
You
barely
hate
got a name.
me?
No offense, B, but I hate
You
that
hate me,
coach.
man?
No offense, but I hate him. I hate that dude, man. I've
I
hated
love
him
Dan
for a
Quinn. Dan
long
Quinn's
time,
all right.
bro.
He's
All
as
right.
close to Dan Campbell as you're going to possibly get.
Let me say this. Like, one thing about the Lions, they take things personal. Okay.
Mhm.
And we remember the Cowboys game. They didn't say it, but they showed it. They whooped
All
their
right,
ass.
Herman Edwards.
You know, like they take games personal. We think they're all
Yeah.
gonna probably beat the crap out of Benedict Johnson's team when he comes in here on week 2.
Mhm.
We all can agree on that.
Mhm.
Do you remember when the Lions were giving their press pressers after the game was over. They could hear them cheering on the other side. That shit sticks with people.
Mhm.
They don't forget. And not to mention, and you're a Michigan fan, man, I'm really surprised. 97 wasn't even there. Like, that's a huge, huge part of our team. Like, he damn well behind Goff, he's the second best player on the team. Okay? Like, to not have him in that game, night and day. Like, you don't know what this team's going to do when you have 97 on the field.
Yeah.
Because
Look,
he's the
I
one
would
guy that
love
can
for
chase the
all of that to
quarterbacks.
happen. I would love for Jane Daniels to flop. Nothing would do me more justice. You know how depressed I was
It's
watching
not-
them talk.
first
They
of all,
talk our field, man. You know how
It's not
depressing
even-
that was.
it's not even about him flopping. I mean, he could have a great year. He's just not going to beat the Lions. The Lions are going to be too hyped to be in there. He's like, you beat us on our field, we're beating your ass on your field. That's the way it's
Kept
going to
us
go.
from the Super
That's
Bowl.
what Dan Campbell.
Chance of the Super Bowl.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, fellas.
And then they saw Philadelphia destroy him the next week.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, fellas. I gotta roll. I gotta get up really
No, you're
early in
good.
the morning. I'm tired
You're
as
good,
hell.
man.
My eyes are
Get some
getting
sleep.
low.
Give us your overall prediction.
I'm going to say 10-7. For right now, I want to be able to change it because I think the Lions could possibly go 11-6.
No,
But I'm
no.
like kind
You
of
said
teetering
10-7.
between
Will
it.
you just stay with 10-7?
Okay, no. Fuck that. 11-6. 11-6.
Okay, that's
Give
it.
me
That's
11
your
and 6,
final
man.
answer.
And I
11-6.
think they go.
It's
I think they go
locked
4-2 in the division.
in. Okay. All right. Hey, man.
So,
good night.
all right, y'all. Peace. Y'all have a good night, man. I'll see y'all
Sounds good, man.
Sunday.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Sounds good, buddy.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. I just can't see without 97 how you can, with 97 there healthy, how that's going to be possible to lose that game. Because he's the one guy that can chase that quarterback down.
We have a better corner. Arnold's in his second year. We have better backup corners. Our linebackers
We have our
are
linebackers.
okay.
Yeah, they're
Our
back.
defensive line is deep again.
Yep.
And you don't know what's going to happen to the defensive end position. Either we're going to get either one of those two rookies, or Muhammad or Hussein is going to step up, or they're going to get Z,
Yeah.
or they're going to get
Trey?
Trey. So any of that can happen. So Washington's is not going to win. Period. I mean, I'm not going to go out there and say, oh, well, Jaden Daniels is going to be a sophomore slump, or he's going to be a bust in his second year, or he's going to be watered down, or this or that. Let me tell you something. When I saw him play last year, that dude had poise, and that's something you can't teach a quarterback. Either the quarterback has or he doesn't. Lamar Jackson is one of those quarterbacks that has poise. That's why he's successful. He's not successful when it counts, but he's successful. And that's what Jaden Daniels has. And I think he's even better than Lamar Jackson. But in saying that, the team around him is not as good as Baltimore is.
Yeah, they haven't made as many improvements with all the money they've had.
Their offensive line is still terrible.
Adding Debo did help for sure.
They still can't stop a run.
Okay. Yeah,
they can't stop the run. They don't have a proven running back. So I mean, all that is going to come up and catch them, and that's what happened when they played Philadelphia.
Yeah,
because they couldn't do anything.
And on that segue, we go after the next game, Week 11 in Philadelphia. How you feeling about that game?
They're going to lose that game.
Why?
Because I just think if it was at Detroit, I would pick Detroit, but it's at Philadelphia. I think these teams are so evenly matched up that it'll come down to one mistake that one team can't afford to make. And I think the Lions right now are the one team. If they go to Philadelphia, they're going to lose. If Philadelphia was to play us here, I would say Detroit, because I think Detroit would mess up Philadelphia's concentration, whereas if we go to Philadelphia, I think that'll work against us as well. So yeah, I have Philadelphia winning that.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I think you make some great points. I think for me, I have them winning because
because you hate Philadelphia.
Well, that too. But these are two games. We're talking about the Commanders and the Eagles. You kind of have to win these games because if you want a chance at even getting the number 1 seed again or the top seed, you're going to have to beat these teams because it's a head-to-head. And the thing is that if you beat Washington, which we all say it's going to happen, how can you not go into Philadelphia and win that game too? It's going to be tough.
Because Philadelphia is a whole different team than Washington is.
But who's the better quarterback, Jalen Daniels or Jalen Hurts?
That doesn't make a difference. They went to the Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts. I mean, quarterback play is nothing. And with these two teams, it's how the teams play in general.
Yeah.
Doesn't make a difference what the quarterback does, the running backs do, the offensive, because everything is just about equal on both ends. I think Philadelphia has a slight edge on the defense, and we have a slight edge on offense because we can run a lot of good plays, and nobody's stopping Jahmyr Gibbs. They got Saquon. Yes. The thing about their offense is Jalen Hurts is probably the thing that puts them at a disadvantage on that team. However, our defense isn't as good as their defense, in my opinion, right now, as it is.
I agree with that. I do.
So, I mean, when you have that even flow working out between both teams, one mistake will cost you the game. And I think that, depending on where you're at, if you're at home, that mistake will come to you. If you're away, that mistake is going to probably go away from you. And unfortunately, I just don't think the Lions are going to have that. I mean, that's going to upset Amon, but that's okay. He'll be all right.
The reason why I think that the Lions can go in and beat Philadelphia is because
there you go with that narrative. I don't like that narrative. Old ass people that weren't doing that much shit anyway. They were just contributing.
They're going to rely on new players, and that's always it takes time, but this is like right at the middle of the season, so they should both.
And most of those new players are already established. That's the point.
Maybe year two.
Yeah.
Year two.
Yeah.
But the thing is, this is why I think the Lions can do it, because we saw Matt Stafford go in and literally almost win that game against the Eagles, and the only reason why they lost that game was because Jalen Carter. Somebody had a missed assignment on Jalen Carter inside, and he got pressure on Stafford on that 4th down play. But Matt Stafford literally got him down the field. I mean, we can argue that the Lions O-line is a lot better than the Rams O-line. And if Goff is protected, Goff can make those throws. And I think that this game actually could be a shootout, because I agree with you. I don't think either defense really is going to be able to stop the opposing offense. But if it gets into a game where passes have to be made, I'm taking Jared Goff over Jalen Hurts all day.
Well, this ain't gonna be that game. I guarantee this is gonna be a 20-17 game. This ain't gonna be a pass happy game, and it's gonna be in the elements too. So it could be raining in Philadelphia at that time. When is that? When is that? November?
Maybe, yeah. Like
October, November.
Yeah, it's possible.
It's probably in November. Right. Yeah, it's like the second week in November.
And it's at night. It's at night too, right? Yeah.
It's a Sunday night game, so you got all that element. It's a game of the week because it's on a Sunday night. Right. I mean, usually I would say that Detroit would win that game because they do really well in prime time. Mm-hmm. But Philadelphia is not a joke, and people have to respect Philadelphia. And I know people don't like Philadelphia, just like they don't like Kansas City, but Kansas City cheats. But that's besides the point. But Philadelphia is a raw team. They put together their team like the Lions have put together their team. And when you got two teams that are clashing like that, and they're so well put together, both sides, I mean, we could win. I'm not saying we can't win. I'm just saying it's less likely that if we go there, we'll win. We could win by a field goal. We got the better kicker. So, I mean, and we got better special teams, but like I said, and that's stuff evens out.
And that's playing the game. And you're kind of proving my point a little bit, because when the games are close, Jalen Hurts is not always the best. He plays better ahead, because everything's on script. He doesn't have to do a lot. He just kind of hands the ball off, short passes, little stuff like that. But when you put pressure on Jalen Hurts and put him in those 3rd and longs, like I said all year last year, that's where you can get him, because that's not what he likes to do. He likes to be on target, and he likes to be on script for most of his plays. And so for me, it just comes down to really one thing. Can the Lions stop the run? If they can stop the run, Lions win. If they get gashed or they can't tackle, then yeah, it favors Philadelphia, because that means Philadelphia is doing 2nd and 3, 2nd and 1, 2nd and 2 and all that stuff. Yeah, kind of Michael. I mean, he was all right in Alabama, man. I mean, he did enough. But the thing.
But remember something about the Super Bowl. They stopped the run.
Yeah.
That vaunted defense that you talk so much about. Oh, they got to this guy and that guy.
Yeah.
But they stopped the run, but they didn't stop that pass. And that's where he shined at in that game. That's why he won the MVP, because that dude was throwing darts. If you allow him to do that, they have no secondary. So let me tell you something. I think our secondary is better than Kansas City's secondary. I'll give you that.
I agree.
And I think that if he decides he wants to get besides himself, or the coaching staff says, you know what, we're just going to attack Detroit deep because they get these perceptions, but coaching staffs don't do that. They look at teams and they look at film and they say, well, shit, we shouldn't be throwing on them like that.
Well, I think if there's a weakness,
we got Kirby back there. Yeah, if he throws long, he's going to get hurt. If he does that stuff early, it's over.
Yeah, and I think if there's a weakness of Jalen Hurts, is throwing from the pocket. Like, even if you look at the stats, he's okay from the pocket. He's not a great thrower, Now, he's got a decent arm. He can make the deep throws, sure, but I trust BB and I trust, Kirby to be able to, take some of those deep balls away, because they did it all season. All I'm saying is that it comes down to stopping the run. If the Lions can stop the run, they win. If they can't stop the run, they lose.
All right, Mike.
Man. You better come on when we do our debate.
Yep. We're holding you to it, bro.
Yeah, dude. Come on. Show your face. But all right, that's fine. Hey, All right, moving on. I'll be at this game. Week 12. Giants coming to Detroit. I think that's a pretty easy one.
The Giants probably they might not even have a win by this time.
They might not. And Jackson Dart might be.
I saw their schedule, man. Their schedule is. You're talking about strength. That's the reason why they have the worst strength of schedules. Man, they have a brutal first 8 games.
I agree.
Brutal. They could be 0-8. That's how bad that. They play Denver. They might be able to eke out one against Denver, but those 7 games before them. I don't know. They ain't beating the Cowboys. They never beat the Cowboys. That's what
this might be the year.
No, I don't think they're beating the Cowboys this year, bro. I think the Cowboys are actually going to sweep them again this year. The year to beat them was last year. Last year they really sucked, but this year they're going to be a little bit better. But the Giants ain't beating the Lions. That's just hands down.
Oh yeah, for sure. It will be fun being at that game. It will be fun to see Abdul Carter up live in person. I definitely think he's going to be a force for the Lions to have to deal with. Oh, okay.
All right.
He'll do it. They'll probably line Abdul Carter on Decker, because Decker struggles with fast pass rushers, like always. And then also Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors is a really fun receiver to watch play, so that'll be fun to watch. But yeah, we're gonna put that ass.
I mean, I like Malik too, but the dude's got to play a full season, A, and B. He's just got to play a full season to me. I can't anoint him of being a really good receiver until you play a full season. Dude, you get hurt, that just tells me you're brittle, and you're a rookie. You're brittle. So and it was like when he came back in, he got hurt again. It was like, dude,
how many games did he miss?
I think he missed about 4 or 5. I'm not sure.
Oh wow. Okay. I know he got hurt, but I didn't know he missed that many games.
Let me see how many games he missed. Because where's the stats? There he is. He played. I hate when they do this. 49 receptions. How many games he played? Come on, show me games, dick. You just gotta really make this hard to do. All right, so he was in one.
It's like he played 5 games. No,
he didn't play 5 games.
Oh, interesting.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, see,
15. He played 15 games, so he only missed 2 games.
Okay,
but he really wasn't effective in a lot of these games. He had let's see. They
3 games
good
over
game
100
against
yards.
Indianapolis. Like, who don't have a good game against Indianapolis? He had
Yeah.
171 yards. That was a game he broke
115
out.
against Dallas.
Dallas 115,
127 versus
127
the
against
Commanders.
Washington.
Hey, proves your point how bad the defense is. The Commanders.
Yeah. So he got 59 against Washington the first time they played him. He got let's see, when he played Dallas again, they played got 69 yards the first time they played him. So he's been on and off. He played Carolina, he only had 50 yards.
Yeah, for sure.
So that tells you the inconsistency of what he still got 1,000 yards.
1,200.
But
yeah. And the thing is, like, we talk about these second-year guys. Second year is their biggest jump. Every coach will say that. So we'll see what happens. Some of these players will take a step forward. Some might take a step backwards. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. But we both have wins, so that's good. All right, moving on. We have let's see, Green Bay. This is Thanksgiving coming to Detroit. How we feeling?
Oh, we're whooping that ass. That's another revenge game. Oh, we remember that. We remember Thanksgiving 2 years ago. Nope, that ain't gonna happen again, bro. Nope. You might win. Yeah. You might win the first game, but you ain't winning that game.
It's funny. It's funny you say that because I do think we've split with Green Bay. So if we lose the first game, we're definitely winning the second game.
Oh yeah,
and vice versa. If we beat the first game, we might lose the second game. Who knows? Hopefully not.
They ain't losing the Thanksgiving game. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's a revenge game. They always do good in revenge games.
I agree. I agree. So yeah, we got wins there. All right, Dallas. Thursday night football coming to Detroit. Yeah,
I ain't even gonna go. Fuck Dallas.
Yeah, that could get ugly. That's like one of those games where,
somebody's gonna have a bad attitude on our defense and it's gonna swing on somebody, probably CD Lamb, and that's gonna start a melee. Might be Brian Branch. He's a little bit of a hothead sometimes. He might swing.
Hopefully he's not as much this year, but
right.
To quote Sonia, shopping center is going to be closed down in Detroit.
Yeah.
We're going to take belt to ass to that team.
There you go.
I don't see it. We might spot them 20 points, but we'll put 50 on them.
I don't even see him spotting 20 points on them. You better hope Pickett plays.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Sonia, you kind of left us. You must have didn't like us no more.
We're getting too contentious. About to all kick each other's asses. All right. Week 15, we go to the West Coast and play Mr. Stafford and company. How you feeling about that?
Stafford's going to get the win in that game.
I agree. I think.
Well, of course he is.
Okay.
I didn't know you had to go.
Well, thank you for showing up. We enjoyed having you.
He had to go too. He had to go get his beauty sleep.
Bye. Yeah, that's a loss for so many reasons. One, it's all the way across the other side. Those are never fun trips to go. I think that's as far as the Lions have to go all year. But those are always hard to do during the season.
We don't tell you good night. You mean tell you good night? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I think that's what you're saying.
Buenos nachos.
Yeah.
Stafford is.
Well, yeah, you can.
Yeah, Stafford's he needs to get one. We've gotten lucky the last couple of years. He's gonna get one at home. They're gonna do everything in their power to get that win for him. Third, that defense scares the living bejesus out of me. Like all that D line, damn. I mean, against our O-line's good, but holy hell, when you look at all the D-line guys they have, Verse, Young, Fisk, Kobe Turner, man, that's going to be bad.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that Stafford is just going to get sick of us beating his ass all the time. And it's just like they almost won last year. Yeah. And the year before it was a close game. Oh, yeah. So we just had the Rams number in those two games. And remember, they did win the first game when he played, the first Goff Stafford matchup when they were in L.A. So I just think it's going to be that way again, although there's not going to be a Jalen Ramsey out there. But at the same time, I just think that Stafford's due. They're just due.
And on top of that, we're not even talking about the fact that they'll have Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, you're back.
Research on you guys' schedule. I was ready to participate.
Well, you can participate. We didn't have to ask anything. Just interject.
Yeah,
I try not to.
Yes, interject.
Okay, which week are you guys on?
We're on the Rams.
The Rams. We go to LA.
We from LA.
15.
Oh, 15.
Yeah.
I mean, that should be a game you guys could easily win. I think you guys overall will probably go 12-5, maybe 11-6 at the worst. Your schedule has no weaknesses because your overall schedule is extremely tough this season. I mean, it's
what happens when you're 15-2. Yeah.
Yes.
We start bad and we finish bad.
Yeah, you guys were one game more than what we lost when we were at our peak, 15-1. And I mean, everybody can't do it, but anywho, and we didn't win the Super Bowl, so it doesn't even matter.
Nor did we.
Well, you guys.
Best record don't mean nothing.
Yeah, it don't mean nothing.
Yeah, so let me tell you what the pundits are talking about. Even though it's very early, you guys win losses. They're talking about them on Sports Illustrated, of course, Fox Sports, because they're doing analysis of everybody's schedule right now. Mm-hmm. You guys are possibly, because you've gone 2 seasons in a row, very good. This is probably going to be the season you step back just a little bit. Not a whole lot, but that's why I said 11-6 at the worst. Yeah, because the schedule is so much tougher. And like, if you guys do this, their highlight games, you guys are all the way now talking about the Rams. The Rams are an easy win for you guys. There should be this is somebody you guys are familiar with. You guys, this is the whole quarterback switcheroo beat up that you guys have every so often. And so
just think about it like this though, Sonia.
Mm-hmm.
The last 2 games we played against, actually the last 3 games we played against the Rams were all tight games. The one we lost in LA was a tight game. It was all the way up to the end when Goff threw an interception to Jalen Ramsey in the end zone. Mm-hmm. Then on top of that was a good play by him. That had nothing to do with Goff. Goff threw a good pass. It was a really good play. And then they came here for the playoffs, and we beat them by what 3.7 point. What was the score in that one? It was real close to game.
About 3 points probably.
I think it was like 3 or 4 points. And then the next year we played them. We beat them in overtime. So you see how the games are going. So it's not a given that we're going to beat LA. Stafford is due to win another game because it's just that way. That's the football gods. They say, hey, you're going to kick their ass enough.
There's a reason why they put us in LA because
Stafford is going to the Hall of Fame. He can't go in the Hall of Fame getting his ass kicked by the team that drafted him. You know what I'm saying? So he's got to beat us a couple of times.
And not to mention the Rams are a really good team. People aren't talking enough about the Rams. Like this game actually could be playoff matchups.
Implications. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Implications. Because both teams are going to be vying for division titles. The Rams are going to be fighting in the West. We're going to be fighting in the North.
You guys have both had the good thing that's good for you guys is you both have had an entire off season to focus on your weaknesses and to capitalize on your strengths that you already have. And you got to be clear that far down in the schedule, somebody's going to be injured. Somebody's going to be injured or playing through an injury that far down in the schedule. Yeah, so when you look at it like that, that's going to be
the only way that's going to. I'd see. I can't go through the schedule. I can't go through my schedule with that audacity. I can't go through and say these person going to.
Week 15.
If Stafford, the only way that we can lose that game,
Stafford
or win that game, if Stafford is the one that's injured, because there is no quarterback.
They don't have an answer behind them. Yeah,
they do not.
Okay, well, you guys make sure you save this clip because you're probably going to be replaying it, and I'll be like, that's right.
Hey, if you're wrong, I'm okay with that. That's totally fine.
You act like we're going to be like, no.
Win. I'm giving you I know it's so everybody's 0-0 right now. I'm just saying like when you look at the probability and everything, that the propensity of things to happen, he don't have to be injured to the point of not playing. He could just be playing through the tiring process of that game. That's week 15. The season's almost over. Everybody's bumped up and bruised up at this point in the game. Everybody, even if they continue to play, everybody's got some type of limit that they play through because it's just the taxation of how the season has gone. That's all I'm saying.
And that's for both sides of the ball too. So
Exactly.
both teams got the same thing going on. So it's like I said, the only way that I know I can guarantee a win is if Stafford is hurt in that game.
Thank you, Arnold. Thank you so much. So good to see you.
On that note, Mr. Robbie, we are going.
He likes
to
the Rams.
Pittsburgh.
The Rams are his team. Yeah.
Pittsburgh is coming to Detroit.
Oh, RM Dizzle is Robbie.
Yep.
Yeah.
RM Dizzle is Robbie, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, he's got two aliases.
Oh no! This whole time I thought RM Dizzle was some black dude that's always on there. It's Robbie DeFlower or DeFlower.
Well, he is black. He's mixed.
He's blackface.
That's not the same Robbie then that I'm talking about. I'm talking about Robbie that's on the show with us with Monkey and all them.
Yeah, that's him.
Robbie's mixed.
The bald-headed guy. Yeah.
Okay, I might be thinking about a different person.
No, you're talking about the one. Yeah, he's a Pittsburgh fan. He'd be on our show.
He wears the glasses.
Yes, that's him.
That's yeah. What is he mixed with?
I know. I think his father is black and his mom is Italian. I'm not sure. He's got to let you know. I'm
gonna have to go back to these comments and look.
Rob, you gotta let this woman know what you are, man. I don't want to lie. I don't want to lie on you and tell you who.
Get that Italiano.
He's Italiano. I'm sorry, I just switched.
I know he does that. He does. He is a little bit. Yeah, he's definitely Italiano.
Get that 3&Me going.
I messed y'all's show up. So sorry.
No, you're good.
You're good. You're good.
All right. So Pittsburgh's coming to Detroit. How are we feeling about it, B?
Did you say?
Oh yeah, that's a win. I don't care if they got Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers is just going to find Kirby. So
yeah.
That's his favorite receiver.
I have us winning this game, but I'm gonna throw one caveat out there. That defense scares the Jesus out of me.
That don't scare
on that
me.
Side.
Yeah.
Not against our offense. That don't scare me. Cleveland's defense scares me more than that Pittsburgh's defense does at this point.
That's fair. But the thing is, I don't know who's going to be their quarterback. It could be Mason Rudolph, which you've already played against him, and
don't make a difference who quarterback it is. Aaron Rodgers, like I said, he finds Kirby. That's his second favorite receiver.
Wow. Yeah.
So,
but yeah, it'll be one of those games we take belt to ass for sure. Absolutely. So,
there you go.
Any thoughts on that? Okay.
No, his dad is mixed and he's Italian.
Okay.
His mother is 100% Italian, but his dad is mixed.
Meatballs. Go ahead.
Wow. So thanks, RM Dizzle, for that clarification. And I mean, y'all know how I feel about Aaron Rodgers and the lack thereof. I don't think Aaron goes to Pittsburgh. I don't even think that's even a factor in this situation. I think it's Pittsburgh, and even though their claim to fame is always a non-losing season, like, dude, what kind of mess? That's the worst phraseology
I think
I've ever
that pattern's going to break this year.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, you guys got that game. That's going to be the short end of it. There's no reason for the Lions not to go in and roar and claw through that steel curtain.
Yeah, ain't gonna be no tie this time, Robbie.
Yeah, no.
Not like it was in 21. No tie.
The only tie will be 0-0 when the game starts.
and the shoes is tied up on the sideline and for they shoot the cleat.
I'm sorry, brother Robbie. It's Pittsburgh. They're coming here. We got to give it to them. So,
and you got to think about it. If me and B are correct,
that is true. This is what I try to tell a lot of my friends.
And another thing too is you got to think. Me and B are both saying that the Lions are going to come off a loss. We're going to take it out on Pittsburgh. You absolutely know. Once we make that big ass trip back to the East Coast. We're going to whoop some butt.
What date is that game?
I don't have the dates.
I might be on break then. I might try to come up there to that and get some real good winter snow and get some real good cold for the winter because we don't get it down here. I might
probably December, probably early December.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be on break. Then
What
that's
game
right
number is that?
finals.
That is
16.
week 16.
Yep, that's in December.
Yeah, I might try to come up that way. See what y'all doing. Go ahead and get me some gray and blue on for the day so I can blend in with the Lions.
Honolulu Blue.
Yeah, Honolulu Blue. I'm just gonna come in there and be like, I'm gonna come in there and be
All
like,
right,
yeah,
Robbie.
I'm here to
Hey,
support
hey,
the
hey.
Lions.
We do too, Robbie. We'll keep all those receipts. We're gonna bring your ass on there when we whoop your ass.
There you go.
You're gonna be our guest speaker for that game.
VP Mason. Okay.
We ain't it no pushover.
Don't hide.
Pushover.
All right.
Rob will
Week
hide.
17. We go to the Queen's Land on Christmas Day of all days.
Six
and
queens.
it's on Netflix. What the freak, man?
Oh. 6 queens. You guys always say Vikings. You know the Roman numeral 6 is VI. So they're the 6 queens.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Roman numerals.
They're the Vikings.
Yeah.
All I got.
All right, B.
Anyway.
How are we doing that game?
Oh, we're losing that game. First of all, because I don't think that Detroit's going to be motivated on the Christmas Day. I just hate this game. Period.
I know. I do too.
Stop,
dude.
Roger Goodell. If I saw Roger Goodell, I would choke the shit out of him. I'm not being violent to be violent, but I can't stand that dude. Stop trying to make everything a money cash cow. Christmas is sacrilegious.
Netflix, man.
Okay, even people who don't celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I
mean, you guys are already facing them on week 9 anyway. And that's gonna be in Detroit. This next one's gonna be at US Bank. By the way, I got a picture in front of that stadium when I graduated with my master's. So
it's a beautiful stadium.
Oh my gosh, shaped like a ship. It's gorgeous.
I would love to go watch a game and then we beat their ass. Like it would nothing.
Yeah, so you gotta look at this. The Lions and Vikings have a long-standing competitive rivalry, and you guys' last meeting of them was January 5th of this year, week 18, and they led you guys all-time series 80-45. So you guys have only beat them 45 times out of the 82 meetings. It's the 80-45, and 2 of those games were ties. However, you guys are currently on a 5-game winning streak against them. You've beat them every time since 2022. So kudos to y'all. Your most recent game, you guys put the badonka on them, 31-9. And that's how you guys were able to clinch the North. Now, if you guys continue to be dominant this season, the main thing is going to be basically continuing that winning streak against your rival.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to remember that the Vikings are going to be looking to break y'all's streak because it's five seasons. Like, that's crazy. And they're going to, and you guys are going to be the competitors for the North. You guys, your 2 teams are the ones that really vie for the North as far as competitiveness. Both games are going to be crucial for y'all, 9 and this week 16, because of playoff position. Like we talked about earlier, this time of season is always playoff positioning after week 10, 11. And so that game is going to be the fact that they put that game on Christmas, even though I know you said it's Roger Goodell just want money XYZ. The fact that the whole world be watching on Christmas. So you guys are going to get the main stage with your biggest rival in all of football. However, let's not forget the Vikings got a new head coach. And so you got to look at that. You got to look at the strategic.
Well, you got the same head coach.
I'm sorry. They got one of their new they got a it's not the head coach. It's they're one of their other coaches is a switch out. So I cannot remember.
It might be their offensive coordinator.
That's I don't know why I said head coach. So basically,
he makes a difference, but
it may be though because they're the ones that call the game. They're the shot callers.
KOC calls the offense.
Mm-hmm.
The offensive coordinator is just there for window dressing. That's what that is.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Nagy. It's kind of like Nagy in Kansas City with Reed. It's the same thing. Or McVay, who was the offensive coordinator on the Rams. Does anybody know? It's McVay.
I know the defensive coordinator is Shula, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whoever the offensive coordinator always gets promoted.
Don
Zach Taylor was their offensive coordinator.
Oh, yeah.
So was KOC.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the way I look at it, I'll make this very simple. It could be Hal. It could be JJ. Hell, it could even be that ugly ass guy who wears that Viking uniform that blows the horn. It don't matter. We're gonna whoop their ass. It's the Vikings. We're not losing to a rookie quarterback. We're not losing to a journeyman and Sam Howell. Give us the win. It's not even debate.
It is because they're going to lose. They're playing on Christmas. They're playing in Minnesota. Minnesota is no joke. No matter who the quarterback is, it doesn't make a difference. They have a well-built team. That's something everybody keeps overlooking. They always focus on the quarterback. You could put me back there as a quarterback, and I'd get 300 yards passing. Because I'm telling you, that offensive line is redone. They took the best two offensive players on the offensive line from Indianapolis and stuck them on there. That tells you right there that offensive line is a whole lot better than it was. They ain't gonna beat us at our house, but we ain't gonna beat them at their house. Like Jay said, we're gonna go 4-2. We're going 4-2 in the division, so that'll give you the answer to the next team that's coming up.
I'm gonna tell you in the words of Michael Scott from The Office, you ain't gonna be messing with my children.
Yeah. We'll see. That'll be interesting. I agree with you. I don't like it on Christmas, and I'm sure Dan doesn't either because he hates these primetime games. Like he tell you he'd rather play at 1 o'clock every time. He does not like waiting these playing these primetime games.
He gonna be hit this year.
Yeah,
we only got 5 1 o'clock games
for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad to know they gave the Panthers back a prime game. I'm excited. I guess we earned our keep. We didn't have.
They want the Cats. They like the Cats, man. The Cats respect.
Right,
Cats are making the comeback.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. On that note, with the last game of this schedule, we go to Chicago. Last game of the year, Week 18. B. What's happening? Yep.
We're kicking that ass. Chicago ain't gonna beat us. Until we get a lot better.
So we're gonna win that game.
We're gonna win that game. Oh hell yeah.
Oh okay.
We're not. Chicago ain't beating us twice. Oh hell no.
Whoa! You said you had him. Well, you had him earlier in the season,
right?
Well, that's.
No, I had them losing in the earlier the season.
Johnson
we're gonna sweep them. That's what I'm saying. That's why I say we're gonna go 4-2 in the division because we're gonna sweep Chicago twice.
Wow.
I can get behind that. However, I'm saying we're taking an L. And there's some reasons. I'll tell you why.
Tell them.
If we get Ben Johnson early, which we will get Ben Johnson early. He's going to get us at the end of the season, and you're going to see the best. You're going to see the best of Caleb at the end of the season, and on top of that, I'm probably willing to bet that it's probably going to be freaking snowing at that time of the year.
Soldier Field.
Yeah, that just screams to me that it's going to be tough sledding. And the Bears always play us tough. They always play us tough. So
no, that is not true. Last year we kicked their ass in Chicago. So no, that's not true.
Well, they almost beat us in the freaking Detroit too.
That's because they had Eberflus as their coach. He's a defensive-minded coach. When they lost Eberflus, they lost their defense. And their defense ain't going to be any better with the stupid coach they got right now. He ain't that good. Everybody's trying to blow him up like he's that great. He ain't good.
I mean, you could be right. There's no doubt. You could be right. By this time of the year, we'll know how
the only thing that's
going
to change about Caleb is his fingernail polish. That's it.
Yep.
He might
probably his loincloth.
Have his winter glitter on.
Yeah. Snowman all on it.
It's gonna be that glow in the dark stuff.
Snowman.
You get a snow globe on top.
Oh God. B, let me ask you this question. Give me an honest answer. Don't give me no political answer. We'll be like, I don't care about any of them. Give me an honest answer. Who do you mostly fear in this division?
Minnesota.
Okay, I fear Chicago.
Preach.
And it's only because I don't know what the hell JJ McCarthy is.
Yep, the unknown.
I kind of have seen Caleb, but the offense and Ben Johnson put together is a scary thought for me.
Well, see, the reason why I fear Minnesota is for that reason. because nobody knew what Sam Darnold was going to do last year either.
True.
Where did everybody say Minnesota was going to finish in the division? Just about everybody, except Minnesota fans, obviously.
And KOC,
third
KOC's
or
a quarterback
last.
whisperer. He's a quarterback
Yes,
whisperer.
he is. This is the point that I'm trying to make with Minnesota. Chicago, we know what Caleb is. We don't know what that offensive line is. We might have some parts changed around, but are they going to all gel together and be the offensive line that's going to keep him off his back? I don't know. I'm still not sold on it until I see it happen. So,
you know what I just realized looking at the schedule? We start 2 games in the North and we finish 2 games in the North. Boy, is that not the NFL saying "fuck you"?
The NFL always says "fuck you" to the Lions. So I don't see what that's
like. My God! And on top of that, our 2 biggest games of the year will be Washington and the Philadelphia back to back to each other. That's yeah.
Well, at least you guys don't got to see us, because honey, we bringing that thigh out to everybody. So we're doing like this. We're doing like this Nuggets and Thunder game that's on right now.
Sonia, while we got you on the show, do you have your schedule? Go ahead and go to your schedule. Me and B will dissect it real quick for you.
Let me give you the muy rapido version of it.
Well, you already know they're sweeping Atlanta.
Win. I'm
gonna let you know right now, Sonia. I'm gonna be honestly objective.
No, I'm being honest. I'm just wrapping it up. All right. So look, we starting with it's the Battle of the Cats. Week 1, 9-7, Jags, Panthers in Jayville. We get to see if Travis Hunter's really gonna be on both sides of the ball or not. We're gonna isolate him either way.
Or Carolina.
We're going to Jayville. We're going to Duval.
Jags.
And that's how you say it. You don't be like Duval. You don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that little fake coaching stuff. That
even I know it's Duval. So we going out there. We're gonna take the ooh out of the ball, okay?
All right.
And then we got 2 road games. Number 2.
Are you gonna give us? Are you gonna let us give you?
Oh, opinions? I'm sorry. I thought I was about to give them all to you. Rat-a-tat-tat.
No, I know how you feel. I know where you're coming from. I'm gonna be honest with you. That Jags game, I might go Jags just because they're playing in Jacksonville.
Yeah, you can do it. But who's the quarterback?
Trevor Lawrence.
That's what I said. Yeah. Who's the quarterback?
I like how you said it, Trevor Lawrence. Like
it's like it's
to say his name.
Not even certain.
Well,
you put your chest in it, Nate. Trevor Lawrence, man.
Oh, I'm not doing that. No. But I will say this, that game probably will be a pick'em. Because, and I think the only favorite, if there is a favorite in that, well, there's going to be a favorite, but the favorite will be the home team. Because that's a straight pick'em. I mean, shit, I don't know. Either one of those teams. I'll just get Jacksonville because they're playing on the road.
That's the only reason you got?
That's just my opinion. I'm telling you, I'll be honestly objective.
Rob said Sonya's spitting, son.
And that's J.A. Let me go ahead and put y'all on notice. They keep typing my name in the chat. It's SONJA. There it is right there beside me.
Get it right.
Just
put you on game, son. It's J.A., son.
Type what you see. Well, I got it right there for all of y'all. I have to do this every show.
What do you think on that one?
I'm gonna make 2 predictions on this game. I think I'm not just saying shit to be saying shit because Sonya's here. I think they do. I think Carolina will win that game. I also think Travis Hunter will not have an interception this year.
Okay. Wow. Number two, you got your little thing on business.
Let's go.
We're going on the road again because that's just what we do. Now pay attention to the way they got the schedule lined up for us. All right, we just took care of the Jags. Now we're hungry, okay? We are hungry because we put such a beat down on them. Cats eat birds. We're going to see Kyler Murray in Arizona. Week number 2, September 14th. We're going to have the Cardinals, okay, for dinner at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Redbirds. I'm taking the Redbirds. That defense is going to be a lot more improved. Cardinals might be a surprise team this year.
They're going to be surprised how they get laid out, honey, like pieces of paper. That's what they're going to be laid out like, a sheet of paper. I'm just let y'all know I got us 4-0 in the first month. So go ahead with it.
That's cool. Hey,
that's positive. That's glass half full.
The great thing about these schedule predictions, we don't know what's going to happen.
I'm going to get to the losses when we get there. I'm telling you, though. I'm telling you what I'm standing on business. Listen, last night I did a TikTok, right, real quick. The last time I felt this great about my team was in 2015. I did a live. I'm gonna try to pull it up so I can show y'all the real standing on business. I said, you know what, guys? This is our year. We're going to the Super Bowl. I had never said that. Never. Where did we go? To the Super Bowl. And we literally was almost undefeated, but these nasty, grimy buzzers down here cheated and won a game, or we would have been undefeated. So trust me, I'm standing on business with this. Cardinals, they're gonna be red, all right. Bloody red. We're shredding them.
All right. B, what do you think on that?
That's a tough one because their defense is a little bit better.
Yeah.
And their offense ain't bad either.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Harrison in the second year.
I mean, hell, we struggled with the Cardinals at times in that stadium.
We didn't have to struggle with them last year, but
we beat them
BJ decided.
Yeah.
We BJ decided to just do all that.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see. One thing that doesn't tell you though, history is not always. It doesn't always tell you everything.
Got though.
But to me, that's a toss-up game right there too.
Yeah, it is.
Stay with your chest, B.
I'm gonna have to go with the Cardinals on that one, only because it's in Arizona. If it was in Carolina, I probably would go with Carolina. Those two teams are pretty well matched, actually, to tell you the truth.
I think that could be another pick 'em. Sonia, game 3, where we at?
Game 3, we like I told you, we hungry from that first game, so we eating some more birds. This time we hosting the Atlanta Buzzards. They coming.
You're beating them.
They coming to Charlotte. They coming to our home. We putting that beat down on them like they never been beat.
First home game, yes, I agree.
We beating them like we did in 2016 when we routed them for the first time in their franchise history, 34-0. This time we might put 43-0 on their ass.
Yeah, we all agree. Panthers winning that game. Next one. What we got?
Going up there to see Tom Brady's former stomping grounds, the New England Patriots, not Patriots, on 9/28. We're going up there to New England. That one I got us with. Like I told you, we undefeated in that first month. We still in the month of September, so we 4-0. We got that big dub going up in there. They nothing. Who is that quarterback? Who is that quarterback?
Drake
May. And he's a good ass quarterback.
Yeah, he's from UNC Chapel Hill.
They had a lot of people. They had a lot of people on defense and offense. You can't name nobody other than Drake May. You can't name nobody else.
Stephen Diggs.
Okay, Stephon, the journeyman that can't find a team to get with.
I'm sorry, Sonia. I ain't going with you on that one. I think the Patriots win that one too.
Gonzalez, CD. Yeah.
I don't care if you put the Pew up there. We winning. Okay, now we moving on.
Hell, I had the Patriots making the playoffs, so that just tells you how good I think
I don't know what y'all consumed before I got on here. What's in that drink, Nate?
It's called football.
I'm looking at what they did in the offseason, the coach they have, the quarterback play.
And y'all ain't looking at Carolina at all, huh? Ain't nothing what we did.
Keep going. Go ahead to the next one. Where y'all going?
Yeah. Now we're in the crux of our season. We don't warmed up on everybody. We in October 5th. We're going on. We're gonna let the Finns come in and swim in our fish bowl. We're gonna take care of them though.
Ooh.
Miami.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Carolina on that one. Yeah, Miami selling themselves right now.
Just because I don't trust Tua. I don't trust Tua.
Yeah, Tua's like a lawyer.
You might get another concussion, and Uru might be out there.
Hey, the battle of Alabama right there. Tua and Bryce Young.
That's
Young.
right.
Bryce Young's a better quarterback.
That's right. Brisset. Call him Brisset, honey. Pronounce him with some respect on it.
Brisset.
All right, so the next game. Yeah, it is. The next game, I don't want to hear nothing but a dub come on. You don't even got to say nothing. Just put your dub up on the screen. We get ready to lasso them girls. They coming to Charlotte again. They don't know if Dak gonna be whack or not. They got George Pickens up there with his trauma and drama. CD.
I take the Panthers on that. Yeah, I would.
It's time. They beat us the last 2 times. It's time to go ahead and.
Yeah, I would do that. I would do that too because they're going to Carolina. So yeah. So between us, you're 4-2, and you're 6-0 in your mind. Mm-hmm. But that's okay.
No, well, yeah, I guess I am already. I didn't even realize it's 6-0. And this next, now see, don't worry.
4-2 is still good though.
The L is coming soon. Don't worry. I'm realistic.
That is good for a young team. Shit.
Yeah, this next game is that one hit a quitter because we just don't know what's going to go down up there. None other than October 19th, we're going up to New York, not to the Giants or the Tinies. We're going to see the Slows, aka the Jets.
Ooh.
I got us with a dub on that too. Okay.
That's our boy up there though. That's AG coaching.
Justin Fields versus
but Justin
Bryce
Fields got to
Young.
make the plays. He on the field. This is
Damn, that's
15.
another pick. I'm gonna
This
bet
is
your team.
15.
It's like literally 50-50 matchups.
This is 10 too.
Uh,
Yeah, ponder. I should have probably gave y'all the schedule ahead of the show, honey. I didn't know y'all wasn't gonna be prepared. You got to be prepared. You see, I'm making a split on it.
Hold on a minute, woman. You came on this show. This was a lion show.
We're being honestly
You brought your
objective.
Carolina behind on here, so we are guesting you. So
Okay.
Damn. I don't
we
know
ain't
about
up here
that.
trying to be. I mean, I love Carolina. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not.
Yeah, I
putting my
did
schedule ahead
bombard
of
y'all show.
Lions.
I bombarded y'all show.
Right.
Now you get
So
a chance
anyway,
to see the greatness right there. You see the greatness?
The Jets in the. Ooh. I want to give 2 points for AG. You know what I'm saying? Because
sometimes you
AG's
can't.
got to change that.
I want to know
that
what the weather's
culture
going to be
around.
like for Bryce Young, going from a warm weather.
I don't even care about that.
It's
The weather stuff
October.
doesn't
It's
bother me.
October. It could be anything. It ain't like it's
Yeah.
November.
It's true.
They play
I'm
in
gonna
New
say
Jersey too. They don't play in New York, so
Right,
they're
true.
the New Jersey Jets.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. They need to rename themselves.
I'm gonna say the Jets by a smidge.
You never know, Rob. She does all kinds of impersonations.
What did I say this time? What I don't even know what I said.
Only reason why, Sonia, I say that is because I think the AG's gonna have a good defense. And he's gonna put a lot of
he's
pressure
with
on
that team.
Bryce.
If you guys want to bank on him, he's not out there making the actual plays. But kudos to you
But
guys.
Bryce does struggle. I mean, AG does struggle running quarterback. So who knows?
Yeah.
I don't.
So
know. That's
Dan Morgan been down there. He the quarterback whisperer for Bryce. He about to come out with that thigh out. Y'all just don't know. Last year was a preview of what's coming. We coming like a phantom in the night. You hear me?
I love your confidence. Shout out to
you. Did you guess who it was, Bill? You still over there befuddled about it? Befuddled about what's going on.
I'm going with the Jets. Okay,
we'll
the JET Jets.
Now this next game, I'm gonna be honest. We probably gonna take the L. I don't even need to explain it. The next game is gonna be our first L. October 26th, Bills Mafia. We will take that L. Even at home, they are coming to us.
Yeah.
No, the W's for the win, but I did throw up the yay. All right. We're gonna take that L at home. Yeah, that is.
That's a good barometer game to see how good your team has been, like how they've improved. But yeah, Bills are gonna win that game.
Let me ask y'all this:
we can tell you that
if we win that game and say we have lost no games up to this point, and we win that game, what y'all gonna say? Y'all gonna get me on the show and be like, "Dang, Sonya, we were wrong. Yo, dang, you did that."
If your team's undefeated by then, I'm gonna be like, "Hell yeah, your team."
Yeah, everybody gonna be calling for me. Everybody gonna be calling me. You just don't understand. Listen. When we went undefeated before, I was just starting my little podcast. Folks was calling
the opposite side of that. If you're 0-6 by that time,
I'll show up. I'll still
you will be. You're going to hide. You know your ass is going to hide.
Honey. No, sir. Let me tell you something. No, sir. You got me mixed up with Kevin Davis, honey. I don't know. Okay. And Kevin Davis
already hiding. So
Kevin Davis, that little white Buzzard fan we got in our group chat. Listen, everybody that know me know I stand on it. I'll come out there and I'll give a disclaimer. I'll be like, "Yep, we lost. See y'all next season." That's my disclaimer. At least I come out. Then I'm out.
I'm gonna head out.
I'm a head out. I'm a stemmer. The next game we probably
so
take
you'll be
L
4-4. Okay, on our terms, you'll be 4-4.
That's still pretty good.
4. Who's the
4?
No, bro, no.
The Jets, the Cardinals, the Buffalo. Who was the other team?
That's it. Y'all said the Patriots.
Oh, the Patriots, yeah.
The Patriots, yeah. So that's
Cardinals.
the Cardinals.
You know what?
Yeah,
no,
the Cardinals. So that's 4-4.
No.
What's your next game?
Just the fact that you're trying to say we're gonna lose to the freaking Wets and not the Jets that play in the wetlands. All right, the next game is a loss. We're gonna probably take back-to-back L's on this one, okay? We kicking off the month of November with an L because we're tired and we're ready to get the L out of there. And that is because we're going to take that L courtesy of no other than JL, Jordan Love, Green Bay Packers in Green Bay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
In Green Bay, yeah.
Green Bay ain't Lambeau ain't magical no more, man.
Yeah,
It's not, but a young quarterback
It's
going?
not.
I don't know.
It's not. He's not so young anymore. This is second year, second year. So I mean, yeah. So I don't know.
yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't say that. You didn't say the Packers are going to lose because you know you hate the Packers.
I know. Trust me. If they lose, if y'all beat the Packers, I'm thanking y'all very much. So
you know what? I'm giving you that. I'm giving you that win.
Well, y'all nice.
Colorado, Carolina's going to beat them.
The next game is an automatic. The next two games we're gonna be on a win streak. It's none other than the garbage Aints and the Buzzers again. Week number
That's 2 wins. Yep.
Yeah. We
Now
playing
you're
the
7-4.
We played the Aints in Carolina. And then we're coming down here, and I'm gonna be at that game in Atlanta. I'm always at that game in Atlanta. I don't miss
hope that
it.
comes on TV
I
so I
don't
can
miss
see
it.
it.
Oh, I go live.
Hold
Hold on, bro. I'll send y'all some clips. I go live from the game. I show my butt no matter what.
I want to see you in a public viewing. I don't care about the live stuff. I mean,
no.
that's cool. But
no,
I want to see you on TV like, fuck y'all.
No, people. I'm that fan that people be calling the fan number on because I shows out. Okay, I get into it with everybody. All right, so I don't film that part because it's a Sunday and I be. Just
I agree with you on the Saints for sure. I think y'all definitely beat the Saints. I'm gonna say I'll probably lose to the Falcons at their house.
Okay, well there you go. So the next game, moving along. That's blasphemy to speak that though. Thanks, Nate. The next game. It's going to depend on whether or not this contract is able to be aired out with Mr. Irrelevant. And if Christian McCaffrey comes back looking like he did. They don't have Brandon Ayuk no more. Got rid of Frank Gore a long time ago.
Is that at Carolina?
This is in San Francisco.
San Fran.
This is on the west side again.
West side?
It's in the Yay area. And not only that, it's Monday Night Football.
That should be good.
Yeah, everybody gonna be watching.
7-4, and I think San Francisco is not going to do a very good job this year because they just
their schedule,
they lost.
Their schedule. They have the easiest schedules in the NFL.
They do.
That don't mean there's no schedule. See, this is what I hate about the scheduling thing.
Well, compared to last year, the teams that they played, like they play all the bottom feeders because they were.
Ain't no team in the NFL easy. Okay, first of all. Second of all,
favorable.
It may be whatever. Debo's not there no more. We don't even know if Ayuk is going to be playing.
Yes,
and CMC might be hurt again. Who knows? CMC is one injury away from not playing football no more.
Yeah, he may or may, and if he come back, he's going to be very limited.
I can see Carolina going there and beating them.
Yeah, so okay, we hate it for you, CMC. You were originally a Panther, but we're gonna put that thigh out on you.
That's the other caveat of that game too.
Yeah, then we coming back. What? Because we seeing CMC. But that was talking about.
I'm just saying CMC might not even be playing that game. You never know. I mean, he's on the verge of being out of football. But, I don't know how many doctors have to tell him don't be playing on his foot.
That late in the season too. Both his legs. So listen. So we still playing the West Side folk, but they coming to us. And unlike what y'all can do with them, we gonna make sure we show them how y'all should have beat them, and that's the LA Rams. There's no doubt about it. We taking care of them in Carolina. That's a dub all day. You heard it here first. Y'all might not beat them, but we damn sure are. You wait. They're coming strong.
Can we air this video at the end of the next?
Yes,
season?
Sir. Do a clip and do all clip and dip.
Okay, now you're 8-5. Okay, who's your next team?
Bye. We going home and take a rest because we deserve it.
Dang, I'm a late bye.
Ain't it late? Yeah. The haters. That's what we talking about. How they making us
actually, that can work to your advantage though. Early buys are the ones that kill you. Yeah, late buys are good. Anywhere
but
middle
I mean,
to late
give me
good.
a nice mediocre. Like you sending us home after we ain't got but 3 games left. Like I guess that's just a refresh for the playoffs. But guess what? This is when we meet up with a division again. The stank behind Saints. We going to New Orleans. We're gonna eat us some jambalaya. Go down there and take care of them. Give them some red beans. Toss them a couple of beignets.
Hey, you're making me hungry now.
9-5.
Then we're going on. Then we have not seen this person right here yet. The one person you ain't heard me
Holy
mention.
shit, that means the last couple of games you got to play Tampa Bay twice in the next 3 games, right?
There
Hey,
you
you're
go,
getting ahead. You're getting
Sherlock.
ahead. Let's go.
No,
Sherlock.
I'm looking at I'm just going through all the
I was thinking the
divisions.
same thing too. Yeah.
This is what they do every season. We play Atlanta within a week of each other, or Tampa within a week of each other. They do this mess every year. So we playing stank behind Tampa in Charlotte the first day of winter. Winter is coming. Okay, and the famous words of Games of Thrones. And so there you go. Winter is coming. We're gonna bring up bacon.
I'll say the Panthers. I'll say Panthers that one.
What is that? Going to Tampa Bay?
No, they coming to Charlotte.
Yeah.
How many times you beat Tampa Bay last year?
I don't know. We had a close game once or twice.
That means they didn't win either one of the games.
Ain't that what Jimmy Cricket told us, that he swept us or something? You know, Jerome in the hat.
Yeah. Your stalker, yeah.
He might be watching.
The reason why, Sonia, I say that y'all will beat Tampa in your house is because I actually have, and I think I've told you this already, I actually have y'all winning the division.
Thank you, Nate. Everybody else is delusional. Everybody. If anybody on this video with us,
I also have.
Let me try to imply. I'm going to say that you were going to win the division.
And our viewing audience, or anybody that got.
I'm going to tell you right this. You are going to win that division. And you know why I know you're going to win division? Because 10-7 is going to win that division. And that's exactly what you're going to be at the end of the season.
That's a huge milestone from
winning.
winning.
We don't give a crap long as we got double digits. Yo, we are. Let me tell you something. If we win the division, I'm going, oh my gosh. And y'all talking about me disappearing if I'm losing? No, sir. It's the win. You have
What's
never
the game in between?
You have never seen me in win mode.
What's the game in between the Tampa Bay?
Game in between. We are gonna go out there and face. I don't even remember. My mind is gone. We facing Sam Darnold. Okay, our former quarterback. They got us facing back-to-back former quarterbacks. Seattle, and that's a bird. And we having us another dinner menu for Christmas. And then we're gonna be playing Tampa, and it's a wrap. Stick a bow on it. Merry Christmas, bitch. Well,
damn, she put bitch in the end of it too. Damn, you can't even file that shit now. No, you're gonna be 10-7. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, son. You're gonna lose both games to Tampa Bay, but you are gonna beat Seattle, and you're gonna win the division.
Oh my gosh!
You're gonna win the division. You're gonna win the division. Don't make a difference.
I don't want to be swept by anybody in my division.
I'm sorry. Tampa Bay is the best team in your division. However,
why won't they win the division then?
Because you're going to have a better.
It's impossible. If they sweep us,
you're going to beat. Well, no. You're going to have a better division work because you're going to sweep the Atlanta and you're going to sweep the Saints. So in my book, so that means you're going to be 4-2 because you're going to lose out because Tampa Bay is going to lose twice to Atlanta. Yeah. They always do. They can't beat Atlanta for some fucking reason. I don't know why, but they can beat them. So they're gonna.
But I think if you have them winning the division like I do, they kind of have to beat Tampa Bay.
No, they don't have to beat Tampa Bay. They can beat everybody in their division. They can beat anybody in their division and not beat Tampa Bay. But Tampa Bay is going to lose an extra game somewhere. They're going to lose to New Orleans. They're going to be beat by Atlanta, first of all.
Yeah.
Twice. Because they can't beat Atlanta. I'm not figuring out why they can't beat Atlanta.
They will split with Carolina. Y'all win the one at home. You'll lose the one on the road.
So our final record from y'all is 10-7?
10-7. And you're winning division.
I'm going to definitely go back and pull this clip. Y'all is lying and the truth ain't in you. Now, if you want to tell us, now if you said we were, oh, you know what? I apologize. Because
she's on a heater right now. We need to put some fire on you.
That's about my Panthers, and I'm wearing my shirt today too. See that?
I see that.
Yeah. And I'm just chilling. I'm sitting on my bed. I ain't even set up my I ain't got my makeup, nothing on y'all. I'm just on here raw dogging, okay? Or in my case, raw catting because I'm a fan.
Yeah. Don't say that again, please.
So anyway, listen, guys. This is what I'm telling y'all. That means I would take 10-7 because if not, that means we're 11-6, and we may, if you put us on 11-6 or a better trajectory. Oh my God, I'm gonna be like we're claiming the whole NFC. So y'all don't want that.
I don't know about that. This is Bryce Young's third year, right?
Yes, 3 times charm. Thank you.
Third year, okay. So 10-7, your third year is pretty damn good.
Oh yeah, we going hard. And
Yeah.
y'all, I'm gonna be on live every day, all day. Y'all gonna be sick of me. I'm talking about I'm gonna be on that I'm just gonna go on live and not even sit there, just sit in front of the camera and be like this.
You can do that. You make the playoffs. Just make sure you just don't draw the Lions. That's all I gotta say. Because you will never hear the end of that one.
Well,
I'm gonna tell you because we are gonna whoop that ass.
If we meet up with you guys and we beat y'all
No,
will
that ain't happening.
I'll be blocked and everything, honey.
That ain't gonna happen.
A broken clock's right once in a while.
That's right.
Y'all got that one time on us.
Happy with your 10-7 and winning the division. You might win a playoff game, but other than that, you ain't gonna.
Not happy with you. Like, go ahead with it.
I was just thinking, B, what happens if we play them in the playoffs?
Thank you.
They lose. That's all there is to it.
Oh man, listen, it's gonna be.
We're the king. We're the king of the jungle.
Just like this.
With the kitty cat. So you lose.
We gonna go on the show just like this, and I'm gonna tell y'all, don't put it on my don't put it on my stream yard so I
so
can
much
go
shit
off.
Talking back and forth.
That's exactly right. So don't put it on my channel so I can go off. So nobody that I know here's now I'm gonna talk because I'm gonna talk hard. I'm gonna talk hard.
Lord help us. Channel. I don't care.
I'm
ain't scared to put it out.
No, I'm talking about because I got folk I go to church with. They're gonna be shocked when they hear everything I say.
Don't listen to that show. Don't listen to that show then.
You're basically
you're gonna have Satan in you for a little bit.
Y'all think the NFC South matchup was bad? Was hard? How I was on that show? Oh, you ain't seen nothing if we come in there and we claim the South. I'm telling you now. I'm excited just thinking about it.
Kevin's gonna be etched off the chat anyway.
Kevin is on that pipe anyway, honey. Kevin
I was actually on that note, I was actually gonna say, and I'll talk to B about this. I would love to have you all on again.
Oh well, yeah.
That was fun. Like y'all held it down, man. I will do a double take of y'all getting on here talking mess. That was
whoever y'all got that's the Atlanta fan. Tell him I got somebody I can hook him up with that gives him something a little bit more potent than what he on. Because honey, I thought y'all gonna have to put the captions on with him. I was like, what is he saying? I was like, dude, this is a stream yard.
Do that to that man.
I need captions. He told you know what you do. You better go out, come back in. I'm like, who?
That's a pretty good impersonation, actually. Good job.
Thank you.
That sounded a lot like him.
I do good impersonation.
Oh, leave the guy alone. Damn.
I'm watching y'all.
You got Kevo. You had Kevo, and you had your other dude with the big ass Atlanta hat.
Y'all talking about me. I'm not even.
We're definitely bringing y'all back on. It's
bring us back.
We're gonna find a way to get all y'all back on there and just
bring us back. Bring us back like week 5 or something. Bring us back after we don't put that thigh out on a couple of.
Do it before the season starts. We'll bring it up again.
Oh yeah, and then we're gonna come back again after. They're not gonna show up, honey.
Maybe.
They're not gonna show up after we start beating them. It's gonna be just me on the show talking y'all just like this. I'm like, I don't know where they are.
So to wrap up, I got the Lions at 12-5. B, you got the Lions at 12-5. Sonia, your team's gonna go 10-7.
I'll take it.
According to her, 11-7. So
okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, 11-6.
She's gonna win one of Tampa Bay games. So
I ain't even listen. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, we probably will split with Tampa. We're going to sweep the Buzzards. It's just high time. And we have swept them before. They're not unsweepable. We have swept the Saints once, and we probably going to sweep them again.
Y'all better sweep the Saints. If y'all want to win the division, y'all better sweep the Saints.
Yeah, we better sweep and mop them up, honey. And I'm talking about throw the stuff out after you pick them up, too. Take them out. Take out the trash.
Poor James.
Take out the trash.
Poor James. Oh Lord.
I'm sorry, J Trey. Man, take out the trash. Don't just sweep it up, honey. Put it out for trash.
Yeah, you're just in that predicament right now, man. Nobody knows what the hell the Saints are.
No, it ain't just them. The same thing with Atlanta. Let's get it clear. I am not sold on Michael Penix Jr. Just like last year, I told him Kirk Cousins wasn't the answer. Everybody in Atlanta want to stand in my face. I hope y'all watching. They want to stand in my face and tell me that Atlanta this, that, and third. They done pay Kirk Cousins $1 billion and he gonna do it and this, that, and third. I was there on opening day when they played the Steelers. Honey, I knew then that they were done. And I'm talking about done. Buzzers chase dead stuff. And that's all they do. They chasing a dead ring and a dead championship. They ain't gonna never go to the Super Bowl. I don't care if I live to be 100 years old. They're gonna be the only ringless team in the division. They garbage, and they the ones that need to take out the real trash.
This is the last year that Baker Mayfield will be the best quarterback in this division. Because
That's right.
I have, like I said before, I have.
And he came through Carolina. Let's be clear. He came through us. Greatness comes through us.
Right. Let me finish what I'm saying, Chris. I'm about to give you flowers. Let me say it.
Oh, let me get my vase.
You haven't given her enough yet?
Let me get my vase. Let me get my vase. I got my vase.
I want to put it. I want to put it to existence.
I got my vase ready.
Bryce Young will be the most improved player this year.
Yeah, will.
I have him winning this award because I think that he's going to pop this year.
Thank
y'all
you,
going to win the division, and everybody's going to be talking about the Panthers going forward.
Thank you,
and the
Nate.
Bucs will be secondary.
God bless you, Nate. God bless you. Thank you so much.
I'm just being real because I see what they built.
So refreshing. But it's refreshing to see somebody that's honest and can admit honesty and not just be such a hater that they just cannot.
Also, too.
Are you saying that I'm a hater?
Not you, Striller. Not you. This is if crackhead Kevin is watching or Fern. God forbid one of them watching.
By the way, the Giants are going to be 0-8 by the time they play the Lions. So
pussy tidy.
Don't be going ghost, bro. Don't be going ghost.
Pussy tidy.
Like I said, we keep receipts too.
Also, too.
They the real pussy cats, the tidies.
Also, too, Sonia, I'm really rooting for Canales. Not only because he's Hispanic, but I am rooting for a guy that nobody really knows a lot about, and I want him to succeed. So,
Nate, are you Hispanic?
Yeah.
Nate, are you Hispanic?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Don't let this white face scare you.
His last name is Castros.
Oh, that is right. Okay.
Castro.
I don't know why I was thinking castrate.
I'm sorry, I put the S on.
Castrate. God dang.
Damn.
You talking about raw dog, castrate, man? You just
right, Robbie. You done gave her 2 dozen flowers already. Anymore, man, we're gonna be burying her. Jesus.
I love Nate. Nate is awesome. You don't take that from him.
Appreciate it. All right, y'all. We're gonna wrap this show up real quick. Robbie, you're kind of the perfect segue. We got an AFC North battle this Sunday. The Battle of the North.
Sunday.
I will be watching.
We're gonna have the Pittsburgh fans. We're gonna have the Dog Pound fans.
The Ratbirds,
the Birds,
the Doo-Doo fans,
and
the
the Bungles. Yeah, It's gonna be fun. Robbie, you better represent your team. I don't want to hear no shit about you being like, oh, they suck. I don't want to talk about it. No,
yeah, because Jay's bringing a Raven fan. You got Solomon on there. I think there's probably going to be an outnumbering of Raven fans on here. I didn't even reach Ryan might be on here. We're not getting Rocky, so you can forget that. Chris Boston is Solomon's son. He might be on there. Then you got. We're waiting for the woman who deserves all these flowers to see if we can get a couple Cleveland fans and a couple of Bungles fans because they seem to disappear.
No, everybody was saying they was busy, but I got you. Don't worry. If I have to put a costume on and come on as 2 fans, I will.
I said I would do that. I watch enough football. I can be that pseudo Browns fan.
Yeah, me too. Let me get the Bengals. The Bengals is my favorite AFC team anyway, for real.
No, I'm gonna get a couple Pittsburgh fans just besides you, Rob. I'm not gonna leave you out there by yourself, bro.
Yeah, but you better hold down your team.
Maybe I'll talk to John. He can come on. That's an inside joke.
Y'all better get on this OKC game.
Don't bring them up.
Y'all better get on this OKC game. That's 2 points apart.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Yes, sir. Thanks, guys, for listening. I want to talk about my
Panthers. Always. B, any final thoughts on the Lions schedule? Anything come to your mind after we've kind of gone through and dissected it?
No, I just think that we should win the division again.
I agree.
There's greatness right there before you.
And really? Okay. Don't let me whip out my Lions stuff. Okay. Anyway. Excuse me while I whip this out. No,
this is a lot.
All right, this is going to Rated R show.
I'm a lady. Oh my God, I'm a lady.
You don't know what movie that's from, do you?
What? Am I a lady? Let me whip this out.
Yeah.
Let me
get you sucker.
Oh, yep. It is.
I was gonna say
I'm
something like
gonna
a
get
Will
you
Ferrell.
sucked
It sounds like a
up,
Will Ferrell line.
dirty mother. Don't you say that.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to watch that at my
Excuse
age.
me while whip just everybody be running away. No, it was just a gun, But anyway, yeah, I think they're going to win a division again. It's going to be a tough year. I don't think that people say, I know you don't like Ryan. Anyway,
The whole point.
Hey, you got to be there, bro. But anyway, I was to say that they'll win a division. It's going to be a tougher road. I didn't see them winning 15 games again this year. That's not going to be possible for any team in the NFL, not even Philadelphia. And I just think that it's going to come down to. I think the Lions won't have home field advantage, though. I think Philadelphia will. I think we will have to go into Philadelphia. We're going to have to choke it up unless somebody beats them.
Oh, you said we're not going to have home field advantage. Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to have home field advantage like maybe the first playoff game, maybe the first couple of playoff games. But when it comes to the NFC Championship, we probably won't. I don't know. It depends who somebody might go in there and upset Philadelphia. You never know it because I got Philadelphia. I always keep the champs. Kansas City, on the other hand, they can take their cheating ass somewhere. Anyway.
Yeah, I agree with you. When I saw the schedule come out, we saw the opponents before the schedule came out. We're like, damn. But then when you see it kind of put to paper and you look at the schedule and the way it's lined up, I was like, damn. Like it's gonna be tough, man. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I struggled giving him 12 wins, but I'm trusting what Dan put together. I'm trusting what I've heard from JMO. I'm trusting what I've heard from Shep. I know the players we have, the players that are going to pop, and they're going to continue to get better. So I'm putting the hope that we're going to continue that same process. I just don't like the fact is that we start with 2 division rivals and we end with 2 division rivals because that could be the difference of us winning the division, literally. Because we get off to a bad start early on. We got to make it up at the end, and they're both road games, and they're going to be hostile environments, and who knows where they're going to be as far as the pecking order when we get to those games. Yeah. So, yeah, it'll be fun. Like Dan says, he never shies away from a challenge. So I agree. You're good. This is what you get.
Yeah, the NFL and the NFL scheduling committee, they make it harder for the Lions every year, and every year the Lions improve every year. I mean, they had a pretty hard schedule the first time when they went 14 and 14-3, and then the next year they went 15-2. Come on. So
all I gotta say is not out here for a bill.
Yeah, I mean, you basically base it upon what you think is going to happen. I mean, we look at what the proof's in the pudding with the Lions and what they put together, and your hope is that they got better defensively. Their offense is still going to be good, and we'll see what happens. Just play the game, right? That's what they say.
Play ball.
Sonia,
we can always talk all the shit we want to, and Sonia, that her team might go 17-0. That might be the surprise of the year. You never know. Yeah, and our team might be like 5-12. You never know.
They do.
NFL is funny like that.
Yep, and when they do, I'm coming.
And when they do, hell has officially frozen over.
No, that's what they said before 2015, and we did it too, and we're gonna do it again. And you know what?
Hell didn't freeze over. So
I got us losing 3, maybe 4 games, not no 6 or 7. I mean, I didn't see this for real until I actually looked at the schedule, and I'm like, all these teams is beatable. That's the thing. Just like you guys were one of the better teams, so y'all got a more difficult schedule. We were one of the worser teams, so we have a little bit more lenient schedule. And like I said,
Buffalo
hard out here for a bill.
At some point,
I called that as a loss. I said the Bills, but we beating the Jets, we beating the Patriots. Drake May ain't the whole team. This ain't Johnny.
They have a whole rest of the team.
And Ron Gronkowski. This ain't them.
At some point, Sonia, just like us as Lion fans, we won games we weren't expecting to win. Exactly. Like you're gonna hit those points where you're gonna have to win those games if you want to be at the top echelon of the NFC.
And we are.
And by going 10-7 and winning the division, that's a damn good start.
Yeah. I'm glad, Nate, that you have that belief, because now this is the thing. When we're down, everybody's like, oh, you guys will be better. They were, supporting. Now that they see that we are looking better, now they want to bring the hate out. Like, oh, you guys probably going to lose 10 games.
Hey, we get all
You're
the
not
hate.
telling us. You didn't tell us anything we already don't know.
Not y'all. Not
It's
y'all.
happening.
Not
No,
y'all.
everybody.
I'm talking about for
No,
in our
no,
division-
it's the same thing though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody
It's
in our
the same
division
exact
talks
thing.
mess about us all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Browns
But
fans,
we got that
jeez.
thigh out for them, and that's my thought on it. Because you asked me what my thought was. We got that thigh out for them, and we got that thigh out for anybody that got the nerve to show up on our schedule in the regular season or the postseason. So if that's y'all, let the chips fall where they may. You don't want none of this in 26.
All I'm saying is, I'll end this on this note. All I'm saying is, whenever you're at the top, that's when people talk.
Yep.
Because they want to be you. They don't say it, but they want to be you. And if you look at everybody in our division, B can attest to this. It's all because of us. They've all revamped their teams because of us. They've seen the.
Oh my God, Detroit's actually good. We got to do something. Fucking
right,
asshole.
Got to build their own line. Got to go get a player's coach. Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap this show up again. Sonia, thank you very much for coming on.
Thank
B,
you so much,
always
guys.
a pleasure to see you. Sunday is gonna be fun.
Don't even. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah,
she's like a gremlin, the gremlins that are nice before they eat after midnight. And she does that, and then she turns into the gremlin when she's on.
And I'm striped. I turn into striped.
Exactly.
The infighting, infighting is y'all hilarious.
Everybody's like, is this the same person from earlier?
You got to do that magic
I have
man
multiple
thing. Now you see me, now
personalities.
you don't.
She's like how I am on a business call. I'm out here in the streets. Most of the time talking that slang. I get on the phone. I'm like, how may I help you? This is North American Bank Card. How may I help you?
Yeah, miss.
It was like, you don't talk like that. I said, yes, I do.
What the hell do you want? That's
when I worked at this law firm, in Virginia years ago, like it was a criminal law firm, and it was a bunch of like really bad guys in there. I don't want to use the THUGS word on here because I don't know. I don't want to be, judgmental. But I would be answering the phone. I'm like, we're Charles and Whaley. How may I help you? And so they would come in and they're like, yeah, let me speak to the chick to be answering the phone all the time. I was like, I am the chick that answers the phone all the time. They were like, no, not you. I'm like, no, it is me. They were like, no, I'm serious. Like, it's probably a white girl.
I'm serious too.
And I'm like, nah, it's me. And they were like, and so the phone will ring while they were like, just one moment. We're Charlie and Whaley. How may I help you? They're like, God, that's you. I'm like, yeah, you gotta know how to switch it up.
I just told you it was.
I just told you it was. Right. Yes. Yeah, this is really fun, guys. I'm about to go ahead. This the end of the third quarter now. 80-88. Denver look like they're up.
Denver looks like they're pulling away.
Denver gotta win. They gotta win to stay in. Because if not, if OKC wins, this is a wrap. It's a 3-2 series. So they gotta win to stay in.
Oh yeah, it's winner go home.
Yeah, winner go freaking home. I mean, they already got the car packed up with gas in it. It's time to go home.
Come on, OKC. What the hell's going on here?
Now I want Denver to stay in. I want a competition.
I don't want Denver. Fuck Denver.
Denver's the true underdog because they done lost their coach and
that's why Shay need to get himself together here because he ain't up here in the stats. He need to get himself going.
Who that laid out?
Oh no, actually he is Shay. Shay's got 24.
Oh, who's the coach going off over there? He is red in the face. Oh yeah, SGA.
Jamal Murray is stepping up. That's why.
Yeah, honey, SGA just got laid out, honey.
Who?
SGA. They picked him up though. I think about Student Government Association. Like when you're in college, you got an SGA committee. Like, where they name that boy that? All right, guys. I know you guys got to go. I'm waiting to hear y'all's team music because I love it. That doom.
Yeah, I'm gonna sign off. As always, fuck the Packers, fuck the Vikings, fuck the Bears.
The NFC South.
One ass cheek, three toes. Signing out. Go Lions. Have a good evening or night or morning.
And fuck the buzzards, fuck the aints, and
the bugs. Yeah,
we did that for you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, Robbie. Thanks for being on, brother. We'll see you Sunday.
Thanks, Robbie.
Shout out to everybody who's checked out the show, and we'll see you Sunday.
Peace.
Thanks for tuning in to the show. Join us on YouTube, X, Instagram, and TikTok under One As Chief Three Toes.